And your mouth wonders, where have you been all my life? DQ. Happy to good.
If you have questions about your roof, call Excel Roofing, 303-761-6400. Hey guys, it's Jay Bretz, the owner of Excel. This is our 29th year in business. When you need someone to help you with your roof, you can trust Excel Roofing. Call 303-761-6400 for roof inspections, roof repairs, and complete roof
use Peter?
Yeah, you know him?
Did
you use him?
We used him years ago.
Oh.
Used to?
I've used him for years.
Excel is the most
He's a
trusted
good guy.
in Denver for the last 20
Why did you stop? Any
years.
special reason or?
My wife liked him a lot more than.
761-6400.
And you did?
I did.
6400 or go to excelroofing.com.
So we switched to a different guy.
When he's not talking about it, he's tweeting about it.
Twitter follow the Troubleshooter at Real Tom Martino.
And stay connected with all of Denver's talk stations on Twitter.
Just give me your Twitter and I'll follow you.
Find us right now at 630 KHOW. A brand in your hand. Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Pay. That's pay. Enter it now at khow.com.
His partner.
They split up a long time ago.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Who did?
This guy, this financial planner.
Mark?
Yeah.
Peter? Yeah.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. Tom and the promo code gets you 30% off. That's RealCBDThatWorks.com for inflammation, pain, anxiety. It seems to be like a miracle herb. And also, they have some cosmetics now that can really help with the anti-inflammatory properties, RealCBDThatWorks.com. So, this show deals about your everyday aches and pains, that things that make you tick, the things that tick you off. We learn a lot here, and I share a lot of what we learn in social media just to make sure people don't make the same mistakes. And we have a lot to talk about, going back to what we learned, plus going forward. But I want to warn people about a company out of Colorado Springs, 3 Square Construction. AJ is the owner. We don't know much about AJ except he's a clown. And 3 Square Construction doesn't have the proper permitting, licensing, or skill to do the jobs they're taking on from Home Depot. And shame on Home Depot for recommending them. So one job was shut down right in the middle for David on an enclosed patio, and 3 Square will do nothing about it, neither will Home Depot. So just because you get referred by a company like Home Depot, just because they refer someone doesn't mean it's going to be great. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, Jim had a Beetle, 74 Beetle. He took his engine to automotive EMTs to have it installed. Julio Soto, he says he did a bad job. In fact, he didn't even install the right engine. He installed some piece of crap engine. Julio's another one you got to beware of. He's at automotive EMTs, Julio Soto. So if you listen to this show, you'll know bad players, and you'll know how to avoid them. I'm not sure. Who did we get to handle that one? Did we call Julio on that? I'm not sure, but we need to call Julio on that because that guy said that guy's bad news. But anyway, let's go back to the phones and get your problems, questions, and complaints. And I talked about on Friday I said I was going to talk about one of the worst inventions ever. And basically, it's it's not a scam, meaning you get it if you pay for it. Have you seen this thing touted as some like magical thing to relieve stress and anxiety on when you travel? And it's called the Buddha board. Have you ever heard of it?
Nope.
It's ridiculous. It's called the Buddha board. And what it is, you know what it is, in my opinion? The Buddha board, in my opinion, is Etch-a-Sketch. Remember Etch-a-Sketch? Yeah, when you were a kid, you use it over and over, and they marvel at the fact that you wet this paintbrush, and you can paint on it. It dries, and then you erase it and start over. And they're making some big giant deal about this Buddha board like it's something magical. It's the worst imitation of an Etch-a-Sketch you can find, although they had the little knobs, you know. This has a paintbrush, and it's called the Buddha board. Anyway, I happened to mention that on Friday, and I said I was going to talk about it. I never did. Josh, what's going on with you, Josh? Welcome to the show. What's happening?
Okay, Tom, just a little levity for today. I want to know why the downspout in a gutter is the perfect size to fit a tennis ball and clog it. Why can't they make that hole larger and skinnier so when your kids throw a tennis ball up there, the water still flows out?
So the downspout, you're saying, right where that hole is in the gutter, is the exact same size of the tennis ball?
A tennis ball fits in there and clogs it. Then you got to climb on the roof and pull the tennis ball out.
God, what a random thought. And that happened to you how many times?
It's happened about twice a year, every year.
Come on.
My gutters are clogged. My gutters are clogged. I get up there and there's a tennis ball in the downspout.
By the way,
right
you know,
there, you just gotta
by the way, if you have gutter protection like gutter helmet, the ball won't get up in there.
That's true, but if you have a spout that's actually the same size as the down tube, a ball would get up there, but the water would still flow through.
If you have a spout the same size as the...
So the piece that runs down your house...
Yeah.
That's not a circle.
Right.
That's more like an oval.
Right.
But the piece that comes out of the gutter is a circle.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You know, they do have there are some circular downspouts.
It's just a random thought for the day.
No, it is a random thought for the day. My goodness. So why don't they make the gutter downspouts the same size as the hole in the gutter, so if a tennis ball gets up there, it comes down? Okay, that's a great thought for the day. In fact, I've often had thoughts about why they do certain things a certain way. One thing I could never understand, and I've seen it used, and I know the theory, but why they put packing tape in those dispensers that way, they're really stupid. I don't know. Why can't they make it like a regular Scotch tape dispenser? Why is it backwards? Do you ever notice on packing tape, you know, you slap it on the box and then you pull and it's, I don't know, I guess that's why, because that's an easier way. I don't find it easier. I find it easier to do it like a real Scotch tape dispenser and put it on, you know what I'm saying, with the sticky side down as opposed to the sticky side up. Does that make sense to anybody?
No.
Anyway, come on. You've seen the packing tape dispensers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the sticky side is sticking up, and the idea is you slap it on a box and then you wrap it around. It doesn't work.
You're right.
It really doesn't work. It would work better if you put the tape down like normal Scotch tape, like a Scotch tape dispenser, and just go across the top of the box. I don't understand why they had to do it differently. I've often, but you know, he brings up stuff. He brings up the gutter. I often look at things and wonder, why did they do it this way? I'll tell you one function that has no purpose in life. I'm going to tell you what it is. You have a caps key on a keyboard. That's great, a caps key. So when you put caps, it should be all caps, right? And then when you hit just the shift, it's just that one letter you're capitalizing. But why, for the life of me, does it do the opposite when you don't know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about? It does the opposite when you have the cap. Well, hold on. How do you make it? Where if you have the caps on, you're spelling a word. Okay, you have the cap lock on, and now you spell a word. So you hit shift, and you're going to spell Tom. Shift T, and then O-M. It capitalizes the O-M. There is no reason in the world that should ever happen. Never, ever, ever. There's no way you would ever want to do a word opposite of normal capitalization, ever. So if you have the caps lock on, it should disregard the shift totally.
It doesn't?
No, it makes it small. And you would never type inversely like that. You would either capitalize the first letter. You would never capitalize the first make the first letter lowercase and all the others uppercase. But I have sometimes left the cap lock on and then go typing. And you go typing and see what happens. It's inverse. Uppercase is lowercase, lowercase is uppercase, for no apparent reason. That's a function that no one would ever want to use ever. Why is it there? I know. You know what? It's his fault. It's this damn guy's fault for giving us random thoughts today. If you have a random thought, call me. We have a dental issue we're going to get to, and then this is a real serious one. Bruce is going to talk about his loss of his house at the Marshall Fire. More coming up right after this.
From the host of the hit true crime podcast Dr. Death and Bad Batch comes a brand new unbelievable story. Simply
Investigate the shocking tale of one woman, a former nurse, who spent nearly 20 years faking illnesses and tragedies until the victims confronted her on national television.
Sarah Galashmet told people she had leukemia or muscular dystrophy, even Ebola. She knew enough to be convincing, but it was all a lie.
Listen to Sympathy Payments on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ideal home loans for your next ideal home loan. What I mean by that is ideal really goes a long way to make sure that your experience is ideal. First and foremost, they do pre-approvals, which put you at par with a cash buyer. That money's set aside and approved, and all you have to do is go out and find the house, and you can close within days. That's right, the pre-approval. And the interest rate guarantee. When you refinance, they will refinance you again free of charge if the rates go down by 0.75 of a point. That's a 2-year guarantee, and every time you close, you get another 2-year guarantee, whether you're buying or refining. IdealHomeLoans.com. First we listen, then we lend. That's their statement, and they mean that. For example, you may want to pull cash out to pay off high-interest debt, and remember, you get that interest rate guarantee. Or you may just want to shorten your term or lower your payment. Whatever it is, there's still plenty of good reason to refi. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Income and retirement is one of the most important things people think about. MyMoneyMyWay.com is a site dedicated to teaching you how to create income for when you get older. One way is to overfund life insurance. You've heard of the strategy, but you ought to really take a look at it. It's real. You can do it by the month. You can do it by the year. You overfund a life insurance policy on purpose. It grows tax-free in an account that you can borrow from and pay back with even more interest. It's a way to shelter money without a qualified plan and get income for life. Another way is to buy an annuity, whether you do it monthly or lump sum. Find out more at MyMoneyMyWay.com.
It's Brian with Advanced Mud Jacking. 2022 is here, and it's going to be...
I don't know if you want me to hit it twice or just leave it.
The concrete is still sinking. Porches dry.
I don't know if something bad happened. I'll have to do some forensic research.
424-9441.
Peak Performance is the
Suzanne
smartest
wanted
solution
me
in the
to
universe for
remind you, Suzanne wanted me to remind you that AJ from 3 Square is the guy that showed up looking for you here, which I know nothing about.
Ooh, he is. Okay.
He showed up here looking for you.
Right, I remember.
So I don't know, but that was the...
But he's in the Springs, right?
Yeah, it was the nasty
Oh no, he
ground.
also has them. No, they also have places here.
Was,
I'm glad she told me that.
Yeah, so just be on the lookout.
Who's AJ from where?
3 Square Construction, the Home Depot referral.
Wow.
That we've been bashing.
1-800-210-8181. Call 1-800-210-8181. Or visit peakperformancemen.com. Peak Performance.
But he won't come on the phone?
Yes, we didn't have him on last week, did we? I don't remember.
No.
Okay.
He never came on.
Every 3 seconds, there is a new victim of identity theft. Criminals can be applying for loans in your name, selling your personal information on the dark web. Now, protecting your identity can be very easy, thanks to LifeLock by Norton. No one company can prevent all identity theft or monitor every transaction of every business, but LifeLock is simple and easy to protect yourself, and you save up to 25% off the first year. Go to LifeLock.com or call 1-800-LifeLock or use the promo code HAMMER. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack. Meanwhile, 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Good thing you didn't play golf yesterday because it was a little windy.
It was pretty windy on Saturday, too.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. It was very windy. Well, I wonder what, I would love to ask what meteorologist, what weather conditions have, it's been windy for the past 3 weeks.
Oh, I know.
But I wonder what weather conditions causes it windy like that.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag.
Warm and before your Monday, we're talking temperatures in the upper 70s.
Maybe it's just spring and hot air and cold air.
I don't know.
Trying to mix
Would it be nice
together.
to find out?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity.
It's just $5. Get a double stack junior bacon cheeseburger or crispy chicken BLT plus 4-piece nugs. Small fries and a small.
Yeah, it did get windy Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we teed off at noon. It was windy the entire 4 hours.
Okay.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Harris Family Law does collaborative law. When it comes to a divorce, it can be heated and expensive. What Harris does is they get the other side to agree, and they're very successful at this, to do collaborative law, which means they discuss everything and handle everything outside of court to save money. Harris Family Law will also do any part of your case or all of it, depending on how you want to structure it, if you want to help with the legwork. They're very amenable to you helping out, to keeping costs down and keeping conflict down with collaborative law. HarrisFamilyLaw.com. I know Rich Harris, the lead attorney, and he's a great guy with good people. And I hope you don't need them. I hope you're not going through this, but if you are, you can't do better. 303-515-5000. 303-515-5000. All right. Let's talk about this cap locks thing just real quick. Jim, you know what I mean when you cap lock it and then you go to type regularly and you forgot you did the cap lock and you put and then you start typing. It inverses everything. If you cap it, it goes small. If it's small, it goes large. So I thought it was a useless thing to have on a keyboard. I thought if it's cap locked, it should ignore your machinations with the shift key and just be done with it. What do you think?
Well, the shift key.
Can you turn him up, or I can hardly hear him? Go ahead.
Okay. The shift key, all it does is do whatever letter you type. It does the opposite of what the caps lock is. Caps lock is off. It shifts. It does an upward shift.
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying. When you look at it that way, so the cap lock, the shift just does the opposite of whatever's on there.
Yep, and they're not going to change the electronics of that. That's a QWERTY keyboard. The QWERTY is what they call it, QWERTY. They're not going to change that.
You know what?
That's been that way.
I just tried that to see what you said. I did a numbers lock, and the numbers lock, of course, makes those the number keypad, all numbers, and it doesn't do the arrows. And then when I do the shift key, it switches to the other function. So I guess you're right on that. So you just poo-hooed my entire theory of uselessness. But thank you for your thoughts. I want random thoughts. Damn it, that's going to be a regular part of the show. Have you ever wondered why things are a certain way, and you wonder, why the hell are they a certain way? And then you say there's no reason for it. It's just absolutely ridiculous. What about at a four-way stop when there's no other cars? Why should you stop? You're not an imbecile. You can see there's no other cars. Why should you come to a complete stop? I'm just curious. It's a four-way stop. I'm not talking about racing through it if you don't think you see someone. I'm talking about rolling up on a four-way stop where you clearly know there's no one around. Why can't you roll through it? Come on. Ridiculous.
Well, you can say the same thing for red lights at 4 o'clock in the morning.
No, I didn't say red lights.
No, but I'm saying 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm coming home.
No, that's true. I mean, I've seen I've seen lights. You're sitting there for 3 minutes or 2 minutes. That's ridiculous.
There's no traffic.
Yeah. So why? I don't know. But I often wonder about four-way stops, because if a cop was watching you and you rolled up and rolled through, they give you a ticket even though no one's around. And I'm not talking about blind intersections or anything like that. Why don't they judge it on safety rather than procedure? Now, Bruce, let's talk about this Marshall fire. What's going on? Oh, the dental bills, too. Amos, I got your dental bills. I'm reading them over, and I'm going to get to you, too. Bruce, go ahead. What's going on?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
We were one of the many people whose home got totally destroyed in the Marshall fire. And we are currently living with relatives in North Boulder. But soon after, we notified we had solar panels on our roof that were put on by Solar City, and they became Tesla.
Okay, so your solar system during the fire was Tesla.
Correct.
So what's the issue? What's the issue right now?
It's a rental. We are renting those solar panels, and every month we pay a $50 rental fee in order to get the solar panels.
Well, you're not really renting them. You're leasing it. You're leasing the system.
You're correct. It's a 20-year lease agreement in which when we took over,
So what happens in the fire now?
So we had it on auto pay, and in February, we noticed that January and February's lease payments were taken out of our account, and I notified them and let them know.
Theoretically, you're still leasing the system.
We are. We're leasing a system that doesn't exist on a roof that doesn't exist.
That's exactly right. So, as with anything that no longer exists that you're paying on, a car, a solar system, did you have insurance to cover it? I think your homeowner's insurance should have covered it.
So, our homeowner's insurance said that's a rental that you have with someone else. That's not part of our.
Okay, let's get Compass Insurance. You know what? This is a really good topic, man. Hold on. You have a good topic here. By the way, let's get Compass on. You know, the sorry ass thing. Well, let me just ask you this separate issue, man. Were you underinsured, Bruce, in general?
Sure. We are about $200,000 shy between what even State Farm told us the rebuild cost would be. Not any other contractor. State Farm itself said we were about $200,000 underinsured for our home.
What are you going to do about it, man?
So we aren't going to rebuild. We've decided we're going to go find a house, and now we are under contract.
But hold on.
House.
They're going to pay off your loan. How much did you owe?
So we had about 9 years on our, they asked us for a buyout, and the buyout is $4,326.
What do you mean what does that mean?
So we waited to hear what Tesla had to say. We told
No,
them
I'm not asking about that. I'm asking about your house because I'm curious. You were underinsured. Are they going to pay off your house loan, your insurance, right?
So we took our structure payments that we got for our home, and we used part of that to pay off the rest of our home.
Right.
So, and then we still own the land, and we're going to put the land up for sale.
Okay. So did you get any money left over after paying off the mortgage?
We did.
But not enough to build.
No, we don't think so.
You know, that's why I'm asking people who are underinsured. So you own the lot, the house is paid for. How much cash did you come out with?
Let's see. We came out with about $360,000
on top of
paying off.
And that wasn't enough to. And that wasn't enough to rebuild.
Well, we had a 4,000 square foot home, Tom. So at $200 a square foot, you're at $800,000 to rebuild a home.
Yeah, but in a situation like this, would your mortgage? Here's what I'm at. No, I guess they can't. You're right. You got to pay off the mortgage, so you only come out with $300. You know, so many people are underinsured. But technically, that extra money you got should have included the solar system. Technically,
well,
I think I'm going to ask Compass. Wait, Compass is here right now. Compass is here. I'm going to ask him to hold on. I got to take a quick break so I can give him time to answer. I want to know what happens with solar systems. Hold on.
Doc, I have a good golf story for you. So we used to be members at Country Club at Castle Pines.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
it's a great course.
Oh, yeah. It was. And my wife and I were playing out there, my ex-wife and I. But there was a bunch of us. She was a couple foursomes behind, and I was in the first group. So we had pace of play. So they picked up my finish time, or my start time, and her finish time. And then I get a letter from the pro shop saying you exceeded 4 hours and 20 minutes.
Hey guys. When was the last time you looked at your estate plan? Do you know who your personal representative is? Do you have to change things up? BlakeHarrisLaw.com can answer your questions and make the changes. BlakeHarrisLaw.com can do an estate plan from scratch if you need one. Blake Harris Law can tell you about a simple will or about a trust or a trust will combination, payable on death certificates, all the stuff you may or may not need. And you can ask your questions free of charge. And then he only charges for what he actually does for you. 833-ASK-BLAKE.
Here's to the great American settlers.
Yeah, so I get this letter from the pro shop saying,
like you exceeded.
Yeah, you were 4 hours, and 35, whatever it was. And we're going to restrict your golf privileges and tee time.
Right.
So I went over and talked to the pro, and I said, that's how I figured out what happened. And they said, oh, you're right, Mr. Pearson.
So they thought that your wife was playing with you.
No, there was just two Pearsons in the system.
Oh.
So, however they figure out that. Anyway, so I was, she was two foursomes behind me, playing with some other people.
Right.
A bunch of people from our office members. So, I looked at her, her name's Judy. I said, Judy, this isn't right. Something's wrong here. And it wasn't until I talked to the head pro and he looked into it and he said, you're absolutely right. No worries. You're fine. I just thought, what a coincidence.
Yeah, that is weird.
It is. They probably just saw Pearson and Pearson.
Right. My best golf stories, I used to really, when I was, maybe 15, 20 years ago, I was really stupid on the golf course. I would throw my clubs and get mad. So I made a deal one summer with 10 of my friends. From Memorial Day to Labor Day, if I threw a golf club, I would have to take all 10 of them to Del Fresco's. If I didn't throw a golf club, they would take me to Del Fresco's. That was 20 years ago. I have not thrown a club or gotten mad on a golf course. It would have cost me $3,000.
Oh, yeah.
They said the first thing they're going to do is get a shot of the most expensive scotch that they had to order. So and that was, I would say, 20 years ago.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
I haven't gotten upset on the golf course. It's just golf, you know?
I know. I have to.
Well, like I said, it was 20 years ago, and then I realized, you know, it's just a game.
It is.
I'm waiting for you to get your shoulder fixed.
You know,
I know.
Here's something that I'm learning that bothers me. Because you spoke of shoulders.
Yes.
Add to that knees, elbows. Let's talk about hips. Do you know what they all have in common?
The joints.
There are surgical solutions that actually work. Okay? Now, they don't it's not that they don't have their challenges. People say, like, a knee replacement never feels exactly like your own knee again. But pain's gone. Pain's gone. Everything except the back. They don't really have. The back is still a great mystery and unknown to people. That we think that, like, I'm going through this right now. I have severe pain, and frankly, it's going to be hard to live with it, right? So I'm getting an MRI, but what are they going to be able to do? Not much. There's not a lot of surgical solutions.
Well,
if I have one disc that they can identify or something, but if it's general stenosis and arthritic, not much you can do.
Well, I don't know, Tom. I mean, I had back surgery done about 10 years ago. I woke up the next day, my pain was gone.
Okay.
Completely cured.
Okay. Then I need to know those doctors, because the ones I talk to say general stenosis and arthritis like you have, there's no answer.
Well, with general stenosis, then you have to talk
I thought they could carve out nerve roots and do ablations and all that shit.
They can't?
Well, I don't know. Let's put it this way. I shouldn't judge them all by this fucking schlock I went 2 years ago that didn't do much. But I'm almost hoping there is a disc that can be identified or something that can be fixed. What did you have done, a disc?
Oh, they put a plate in my back.
Oh.
But I'm telling you, I woke up the pain was gone.
I want to do whatever I need to do. But I need advanced surgeons. I can't take these fucking people that don't know what to do.
Well, find out what it is, and I'll talk to Stu and see if he has a recommendation.
Hi, Tom Martino. You're a troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Genesis Total Exteriors does solar systems as well. Genesis, for all of your outdoor needs, from the roofing, gutters, painting, siding, windows, doors, outbuildings, painting, fences. Genesis, a company you can trust, and they also do solar. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Okay, Brian Burns is with Compass Insurance Group, and why do we tell people to get insurance checkups? It used to be, Brian, we told them because we wanted to make sure they're not paying too much for their coverage. But there's another reason since the Marshall fires, and that is make sure you can rebuild, for God's sakes. 90% of the people can't rebuild because they didn't have enough coverage. Now,
yep, that's exactly right.
What happens? Bruce is facing a situation, right? Not Bruce, I'm sorry. Yeah, Bruce. Okay, so he had a solar system. Okay, he's going to come out with about $300,000 after he pays off his mortgage, and he's going to own the lot. So he can't rebuild, but he'll probably be able to find a house, get another mortgage, and be okay. Well, it's not like he was. He's not going to be 100% no matter what. But he doesn't want to take another slap in the face. He owes on this long-term lease. Now, I don't know. How do insurance companies look at long-term solar leases, Brian?
Yeah. So it's going to be depending on what that contract is. Is he responsible for insuring it? A lot of those, Tesla and some of those, part of the lease cost is that they are the one taking care of it if something happens. But it just depends on how that contract is written.
Bruce?
Yeah, there's nothing specific about insurance coverage. All it does talk about is that, if it's, let's see, there's a prepaid clause and then loss or damage where you're still responsible for paying for the system is all it's saying. So it doesn't tell you who's responsible if it's damaged? It actually says if there's a loss or damage or theft and you're not at fault, you should still continue timely payments of all your timely monthly payments to pay all the amounts.
But it doesn't say who's responsible though.
It doesn't.
Come on, man, that's impossible. Yet it does address if it's lost or damaged, you still have to pay it.
Correct.
That would tell me would homeowners normally cover it? I'm asking about normal homeowners, Brian.
Right. Yeah. So you go buy a solar, panels and get them on your house. It is considered part of your dwelling. So it would be.
But what if it's a lease? What if it's a lease and not? What if it's a lease and not an outright purchase?
Yeah, because a lease, a lot of times you're still, again, by the contract language, you could be responsible for the insurance on it. Sometimes they'll. No,
I'm asking about I'm asking about your homeowner's policy. Would they consider a leased solar system part of your home structure?
Yes. Yep. If you have taken in your lease the contract, it actually makes you responsible. You've accepted that responsibility, and your insurance is going to pay.
I would you know what I would do? I would call a public adjuster, Bruce.
Okay.
Honest to God, I would for some free advice. And I would say, you know what? Call Joel at Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado. Now, let me explain something. Brian and his team at Compass, they're great people. They sell insurance. They also help you file losses, and they will help you with advice. But if you had to fight the insurance company, literally fight them, more so than Brian applying pressure, then you call a public adjuster. It might be worth a call to see what they think about this. Maybe they've run across it before. In fact, let's try to get Joel on if we can. Kelly, let's try to get Joel on. It's Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado, 720-715-0000.
Okay.
COClaims.com. Now, here's that they help you fight your insurance company. Now, Bruce, you might want to take a look at your whole claim because maybe they'll get more money for you than you think you have coming. But Brian, on a solar system, it seems to me that they are responsible, although in hail claims, I know they're responsible for removing and putting them back, but I don't know what happens if in a hailstorm, the solar panels are cracked or broken. What normally happens? This can't be the first time you've seen this, Brian, like in a hailstorm.
It's considered it's part of your roof, so they will replace the panels if they are broken, depending on your policy. But yeah, I've had it happen. I've had many customers.
Bruce, who is your carrier?
It's State Farm.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. They suck. They're going to try to get out of anything.
Tom?
Huh?
Did they decline this? I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, they did. They said, we're not paying for your solar. It's not yours.
Okay, so that's the reason why. So, yeah.
They're crazy. I think they're wrong. And I think we should get public insurance adjusters on to talk about it. But, Brian, that's why we tell people to get this insurance checkup. It's free and it's fast, 303-996-9000. I'm telling you, get it done. Now let's go to this dental issue. Amos, I looked at all of your paperwork, Amos.
Hi, how are you?
Good. And you want to tell me about this dental experience. Go ahead. I read what you sent, but go ahead and explain to our audience what you're pissed off about.
So I just wanted a comprehensive cleaning. I had some tartar buildup in my front teeth.
Sure.
In the bottom front of my teeth. So I called around to try to get a Saturday appointment because I work Monday through Friday, sometimes late hours, and I can't really schedule stuff. So I called this one. She said, yes, we can get you in on a Saturday at 12 o'clock. I said, that's perfect. So she said, you can get basically 2 cleanings with exam and x-rays for the price of $167. You have to do the cleaning the first time visit, and then within 6 months, you can do the second. If you can see the pictures that I sent you of their website, it states that the cleaning entails your dentist or the other person to actually take.
I didn't see a website. Oh, yeah, here's the website. Okay, the hygienist or dentist will remove tartar and plaque, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, what I'm asking about is you thought by being a member of this dental practice, certain things would be included, but you were billed for them.
Yes, it goes back. So before, I was never even billed for that. So this bill came after the fact. When I actually went and talked to their main manager. But you knew,
when you went to this dentist, okay, you knew you were signing up for a membership, right?
Yes, and it was supposed to include a cleaning. Technically, I just needed the cleaning is what I wanted.
Okay, but I see that's what I'm trying to figure out. It says Premier Plan membership, $167. And they didn't charge you for a cleaning. They charged you for a bite wing 4-image and an oral evaluation. They didn't charge you for the cleaning.
So they never did the cleaning.
Oh.
That's what I was very upset about.
Hold on a second. Hold on. I didn't know that. Hold on. I thought maybe they did the cleaning, but they charged you and didn't.
Now, Impact.
Did you get your word today? You always do.
What?
You always get your word.
Well, you know, it's interesting because it was S_I_E. Okay?
Okay.
So, do you know how many words there are that have that formation? I mean, think about it. S_I_E. It could be, there's 1,000 combinations.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. When you're looking to sell old jewelry for the platinum, gold, and silver content, you know, tangled messes, mismatched earrings, old coin collections, broken watches, you want a name you can trust. And you can trust David Ellis Jewelry. I've known David for 40 years, seriously. And you can trust him at 2640 East 3rd Avenue, that's 3rd and Clayton. But he's also buying estate jewelry, fine jewelry, and precious stones like diamonds. 303-322-8779, David Ellis Jewelry, 3rd and Clayton. God, it's amazing how much time these fucking people spend on each other. CNN criticizing Fox and Fox criticizing CNN or MSNBC or the rest. It's like, you know, we all deserve better. I mean, we really do. Do you trust? I mean, look, I don't mind Fox because they happen to align a little more with what I think, but they're just as fucking.
Well, they're not. One's a right-wing broadcast, one's a left-wing broadcast.
Adjusters are nothing but wolves in sheep's clothing. You need someone on your side fighting for you. You need Matt with Paragon Services. He's a public adjuster. Call Matt for free advice on how to deal with your insurance company. 719-726-0020. 719-726-0020.
Imagine selling your home and getting paid twice. How's that even possible? To sell your home and get paid twice? You can with Orchard. It's simple. Orchard makes you a solid cash offer on your home. If you agree, boom, here's your cash. Orchard handles everything from there. Paint, repair, clean, list, and show your home.
And if your old home sells for more than Orchard paid you for it, you get the upside cash. That bears repeating. When your old home sells for more than Orchard paid for it, you get paid again. And that happens 99% of the time with Orchard. Look, in this hot Denver market where there's so many home buying companies trying to lowball you, only Orchard pays you the upside when your old home sells for more. Want to get paid twice when you sell your home? I know I would. Learn how and get a free home valuation at Orchard.com.
Is it possible for Colorado to outlaw the sale of cigarettes to adults?
But nobody's.
Whoa, I don't know. I mean,
it seems to me that if you have a legal product.
Well, let's put it this way. When it comes to the public health argument, they've used a lot of fucking excuses to make that right. Like vaccines, you know, the greater health, the impact on the health system. I'm telling you, our governments are finding more and more ways to find reasons to control us. And it all comes down to, they try to make it like you are affecting others.
It all comes down to the 16th Amendment, which says some bubble off of the common good. So Congress has taken that clause to mean that they can decide what is appropriate for the common good.
But that's making laws for the common good.
Yeah.
Right. But okay, that's right. Is that, and can they, but they can't encroach on an inalienable right.
Exactly.
But that's the thing.
There's no inalienable right to smoke cigarettes or
no, I know.
do a lot of things.
Well then, and see, but how could they in good conscience try to outlaw that and then say abortion can't be outlawed?
Because they pick and choose, you know that.
I mean, if you're going to be consistent, then leave your hands the fuck off of us.
That's what libertarians say.
Yes, and that's what I say.
Yeah.
I mean, leave your hands off of us. From abortions to vaccinations. That doesn't mean I love abortions. I don't think anyone loves abortions. You know? No one is elated to get an abortion.
What people say is it should be rare and safe.
Yeah.
And I agree with that totally.
You know, listen.
Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com.
Truly.
Smart communication for the smarter business.
On the new True Crime podcast.
So let me ask you, I don't
everyone gets crazy about inconsistency. When it's their view or their thing, it's all right to be inconsistent.
Of course.
Well, that's wrong. Because I'm consistent to a point where it hurts me. Because I don't want to see certain things, but I have to be true to freedom.
Absolutely. That's why this disinformation board is so scary, because they're deciding what's true and what isn't.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Now, Amos, are you telling me, let's get right down to it, because this is what it all boils down to. You're being billed for a cleaning you never got.
Yes, and technically, if you look at the other photos I sent you, it actually breaks down their premier membership plan. And it says that the exam and the routine dental cleaning, limited to 2 cleanings per year, is free, included in the $160.
It says, in a nutshell, the office membership program offers the following benefits. 2 dental cleanings, 2 routine exams. Oh, okay, so what are they? Okay, you got them dead to right in this. Who wrote this letter?
So I don't know exactly who wrote this thing, but
where'd you get it? Where'd you get the description of the office membership program?
Oh, from them, from their office.
All right, so when you show them this and say, first, you didn't even do the exam or cleaning, and second, you're charging me for it, that's a double whammy. First, I should have gotten it, and second, I shouldn't have been charged. What do they say?
Yes. So when I first went in, I tried to get the dental cleaning. They said that they wouldn't do it because I needed a deep cleaning. I just wanted the regular routine cleaning, which specifies.
Okay, it says routine dental. Okay, it says, yeah. Okay, some people, I know you're not going to like to hear this. I don't know a lot about dentistry except ouch and all that, but I do know enough to know this. Deep cleaning sometimes, deep scaling and stuff, are not truly regular cleanings, and they truly do cost more, and they are more involved, and they are sometimes needed. How long had it been since you had a cleaning?
It's been a couple years.
Like 2 years when you say a couple, or do you mean like 5 years?
Probably about 4 years.
Okay, listen, man. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I think they should have said that. 2 regular cleanings, not deep cleaning. I mean, they could have been more descriptive. So they said they didn't do the cleaning because you needed a deep cleaning. Okay, then why did they charge you for it?
I have no clue.
Well,
so when I went
hold on. Did they at least remove the charge for a cleaning they did not do?
No, I still have to pay the $167.
No, hold on. No. You see, please don't try to misdirect me. The $167 is the annual fee for membership.
Yes.
You're saying I shouldn't have to pay it because it includes 2 dental cleanings that I can't get. That's what you're saying.
No, I already paid it. I had to pay it before I even sat in the chair.
I get it. And you say you shouldn't have to pay it because you should get it back because it did not include the 2 cleanings.
They never wanted to perform the cleaning.
Right.
They said that they couldn't. They said they couldn't because of dental code or something like that. I said, I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
You're talking in dental code.
All right, but they didn't charge you for it. They charged you for the annual fee. I know you're saying they did charge, but they didn't. They charged you the annual fee and you changed your mind. What did you get for the annual fee?
The only thing that I ended up doing was getting the exam, the comprehensive exam, and then the X-rays, which I would have thought
the X-rays. The X-rays you got to pay for anyway. So really what you're saying is this. You don't mind paying for you got the exam is $79 and the X-rays are $61. You should get the $167 back, and they credit it to you in this bill. So you're not paying for it anyway. I don't understand what you're complaining about, other than you went in there for the cleaning to begin with and you got everything but. I get that part. But they did not charge you the $167, man. Don't you see the statement where they credited it back to you?
And then now they're saying that I have to pay the $141.
Yes.
I believe that. I believe that was already included in their plan.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Look at, man, I'm only hearing one side of the story. Listen carefully. That premium membership plan should have included your exam, and it should have included your cleaning. They said, we're not doing your cleaning because you need a deep cleaning, and it was never meant for that. You're saying, if that's the case, I want my $167 back, which they did. Now they said, however, you did get some images for $61.50, and you did get an exam for $79.50. So that's what they're charging you for. They're not charging you for the annual membership. They're charging you for services rendered. Really, man, if you don't understand it, look, is it jacked up? Yeah, it kind of is. But you were charged for what they did. You did not get what you wanted. Lesson learned, but I don't think you were cheated. I'm sorry, man. I don't. And I'm only hearing your side of the story and looking at your own documentation. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We got more coming up, including another issue with a referral from Home Depot. What the hell are they doing with the referral program?
Do roller coaster stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday.
I've been taking one of those anti-inflammatories every 4 hours. Not one of those muscle every 4 hours. I figured, fuck it.
Well, you only have 2 days to go. You get it on Wednesday, you get your MRI. Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not 2 days. But the chiropractor gives me some relief. I will tell you that. The manipulation, which, of course, I think I need to do it for
in business more than 20 years with thousands of satisfied
I think you should do it.
How do I love being Sheridan? Let's see.
When I was in the gym, some lady was having location
on Colfax, just west of Osborne.
Three other women say, do this, do that.
Just south of 6th Avenue. 303-455-70.
Don't tell her to do anything to us yet for MRI, which could be causing the harm. You don't know what's causing the pain.
SHERIDA.
You're not, you know.
So I really want to research the best doctors. I don't even care about radio station. I really know the troubleshooter. I want whatever. If they said, use your fucking back is so bad, I will do it. I can't live with the pain.
Okay, well, I'll help you.
I wouldn't even mind lack of motion.
There's no pain.
Yes, because I'm strong. I'm resilient. I'll rebound. I haven't been working out. I haven't been doing shit.
Well, you know, there are orthopedic hospitals in Colorado.
Special military operation. ABC News contributor.
I'll talk to Stu and find out what, and see if he has any recommendations. But can I ask you a serious question? Because I was talking to somebody about this abortion thing. Now, I'm not putting you down. This is an honest question. I'm not making fun of anything. But people who believe that life begins at conception, okay? So as soon as,
because the Bible talks about knowing you in your mom's mother.
No, just at the moment. But there are people like
Capitalists. Well, I believe it too. I believe it too.
Reward for information leading to the arrest of Alabama fugitive and
comes to our
detention officer
and it's one cell,
him escape.
does that cell have a soul?
Well,
This is
okay.
I mean, I'm
You're asking the wrong
driver
person,
who
Todd,
filed for a
because
New York City crowd.
can I tell you why you're asking the wrong person?
Drug out driver
Because I'm not a
going on
conditioner.
trial for a 3-block trailer.
No, just so maybe you have an answer.
Yeah, I do. Yes, it is. It's a living soul. Because the soul was never some hazy, immortal object. It referred to a living life. Okay, they became, the Bible always said, in the original Hebrew, they became living souls. The people, the idea of a soul separate from the body came from pagans, not from Christ. I don't want to get into it. See, my problem is, people like, you don't like me, and Christians don't like me, because I am so pure that they don't, I mean, not pure in spirit, I'm saying, in my interpretation, is no interpretation. So, there is no immortal soul, according to the Bible. There's no immortal soul. So yeah, it becomes a living soul.
Why do you say I don't like you?
No, I'm saying because yes, I'm saying yes. According to the biblical explanation, definition, it becomes a living soul. Now, here's the thing. But there are plenty of living souls. There are living souls that these Christians go to war with and shoot. Now, if you want to be consistent, why do you shoot them? Because they disagree with you politically? And then there are other living souls that capital punishment, that kills, oh, well, they killed someone. You know, they have all these conditions on when you can kill a living soul. I don't have conditions. I think you should never do it. However, I also believe that it's not my battle to tell people, society, we were specifically told, do not become part of the world, just exist in it. Pay Caesar what Caesar. It is not for me to go out and protest and change things. Like, I'm sorry, I know people think it is, but
K-How News Time, 11:03.
it's a very clear situation, and that is, if you believe in the promise of the Bible, it was, the world screwed up.
But you still are not condemned for killing in war.
Well, okay, I think you are.
Do you think that
I think it's wrong.
After Pearl Harbor was bombed,
I think it's morally wrong. Here's why. Vengeance is mine. You don't get more clear than that. Okay, see, that's where I said I'm not a good example of a walking, talking Christian, because they're going to have conditions on what they believe, and I don't have conditions.
So you think that after an act of war, that we should turn the other cheek? No, I'm not.
No, I didn't say that. Vengeance is mine. It's not up to us now. Okay, if someone tries to kill my wife or my child, I'll blow them away.
Right.
Okay, do I think it's right? I couldn't help it, but no, I don't think it's right. I don't think he was right either. But that's not up to me. I act the way I feel is correct.
So then it's up to you.
to act the way I feel is correct.
No reported problem spots on I-225
not to
or
tell you how to act. Right, agreed, totally. But yes, I make my own decisions and take my consequences. That's right. And I don't think.
You want to choose
Well,
the full way as your alternate.
there wouldn't be any
Fox 31
consequences
pinpoint
if you do something in self-defense.
Well, in the spiritual realm, I'm not sure, but I don't think there would be either. But again, it's not really addressed.
Currently, it's 56.
Not everything is addressed in the moral code. That's why they call
Needing
it
blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed fit. And right now, save 45% off any order. Just use code radio at checkout. Blindster.com.
People want to think it was because it talks about immorality.
That's why I love the
But
folks
they had a
at
whole string of things they
Planning
were talking
Center
about
Upper
doing that.
Rockies. You know, this is a family
They
team
weren't
approach,
sick.
owned and operated by a family, 40 plus years.
See, I think there
people.
are two
And when I say comprehensive, I mean it. Not just investments, but we're talking about help in all areas of your life. Income taxes, property taxes, social security, for opulent benefits, Medicare, insurance, and annuities, including long-term care and estate planning. You really need the help of the Target Planning Center of
Right.
I don't care if you move to German Shepherd.
free
I
of
don't
charge.
care. I'm sorry. It takes just for a few minutes for the show.
They'll meet with you in person or by video. They'll come to you. You can go to them.
Let's get Let's get Blake Harris for that.
That's
And tell them that's why we waited. We were getting
or online
Okay.
at
But there
rpcenter.com.
are consequences of entering into a marriage, whether it's property or children or whatever.
Yeah,
So
so
the government,
the station, I mean, they do it. It should be a contract issue, not a marriage issue.
well, it is a contract.
Well, it's actually not a contract. We talked about this before. It's the only fucking so-called contract where they don't require a contract. The government controls it and doesn't require a contract. It says we're going to decide what the terms are afterward. But that's what the government says.
Basically, you're right.
And it's fucking stupid. It's the only time they do that. The only time. Even in general partnership law, you can go to the state right now and download it. But there is no marriage law.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. I want to remind you that your bathroom right now could probably look a million times better by just changing out that old ugly shower tub combination, that old dirty one with the shower curtain or door. You can make a big, beautiful rectangular shower in that space with perimeter drains, benches, grab bars, whatever, soap dishes. You can make it exactly the way you want with Renew Home Innovations. You can even do a tub shower combo if you want, or a separate tub and a separate shower. They concentrate on the wet areas of your bathroom to make them spectacular. And Renew Home has special deals right now, 1/2 off your labor, 1/2 off the labor. That's an incredible deal, plus discounts for seniors and veterans. Renew Home Innovations.com, 303-904-2000. No maintenance showers that look exactly like stone. RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000. Welcome to the show. Now, we are talking about a problem here that we're trying to get Blake Harris on, and Tom's been waiting a while. I'm going to let him start this problem. But, Tom, that's the reason you've been waiting. I'm trying to get my estate attorney on. But let's talk about the problem at least, and let's, what we say, cue it up. What is going on, man?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
It's Thomas.
Okay, Thomas. What's going on, Thomas?
All right. So my daughter and her husband, his company's moving to Riverton, Wyoming, and they're moving from the Denver area. They made an offer on a house. They went to closing. At closing, they were told they can't have the keys because the house is in probate.
Now, when they were selling it, did they ever mention probate?
No.
Before closing, they were told, now we have to wait, or it's the deal's off, or what? What did they say?
They were told they have to wait till the judge, I presume it's the county judge
in Fremont County, Wyoming, signs off on the probate. You know, I don't really understand.
Okay, here's the only time that would happen, all right? Who's selling the house?
There's a trust, it turns out.
Okay.
There's also an owner's name that I just found online.
I understand. It doesn't matter who the owner is if there's a trust.
Right.
The trust is the owner, right?
That makes sense. Like I said, never had any...
No, what I'm asking, Thomas, is you said, Thomas, hold on. You said there's a trust involved. So when you say a trust involved, that tells me it's probably the owner of the house. The trust is, right? Like if you did a title search, what do you find?
I haven't done a title search.
Well, your daughter did then, or somebody should have done it. Somebody, their real estate person, before doing a contract on a house, you should do an O&E, it's called, ownership and encumbrances, and it would tell them who the owner is. So if the owner is a trust, first of all, they shouldn't have to wait for a judge at all. It should simply be sold. The trust is the owner, and they should be able to sell it. So something's not ringing true. If it's not in a trust, then what does the trust have to do with it?
That's a very good question. I don't know much more than what I've already told you, Tom, I'm afraid.
Okay, hold on. Who lived in the house?
A young man apparently lived there.
And what happened to him? What happened to him?
He moved to a different home or apartment. He's moved to a different address in the same town.
So no one died and left the house?
Someone may... one of his parents may have been the actual owner. They may have died, leaving without a will or something, making the house go into a trust.
All right.
I don't really know.
Did he move because someone died, or did he just move on his own?
I don't know because, you know.
Yeah, there's too many unknowns. We would be able to help you, but it's almost impossible without knowing some facts. Right now, you're totally protected because they can't keep or take money from you or your daughter. Right. You can't force them to sell it either. It's called specific performance. And in a real estate contract, it's impossible to force it because they have liquidated damages set forth. Usually, I think Wyoming's like Colorado. So here's what we're saying. Did they close and actually get a loan?
Yes, they did. And
well, they can't have a closing. It's impossible to have a closing without turning over possession. Do they actually own the house on paper?
I haven't seen any of the paperwork, but I think so.
No, they don't. Not if a judge has to approve it.
Well, you know, I get what you're saying. Things aren't adding up, Tom. That's kind of why I reached out.
Well, when things aren't adding up, Thomas, and the courts are involved, it usually means that your daughter doesn't understand what's going on.
And that's very, very likely because she let her husband handle it. And,
well, in the contract, in the buy-sell contract, it had to address this, or they simply undo the deal and get their money back.
Right. My understanding from what her agent said when we talked to her yesterday, my daughter and my wife and I, she said that the escrow has been held. In other words, they didn't transfer money.
So you it's called closing an escrow.
Mm-hmm. They did not close the escrow.
No. It's called...
From what I understand.
It's called closing in escrow. What it means is that everything is signed and everything is paid, but it's not transferred. It is not technically closed. It's held in suspension for one last item. That's what you did. You closed in escrow, but that money can't be distributed. Her loan proceeds can't be used. She got a loan for this house, right?
That's correct.
Okay, who's the lender?
She didn't know. My daughter didn't know. I asked her that.
Your daughter doesn't know who her lender is?
I know, Tom.
Well, then, how we can't tell you anything. I mean, I don't know any. I mean, you. Okay, so I have no idea what's going on, okay? But that doesn't mean...
Your son-in-law call us, and we'll talk to your
Yeah. Does your son-in-law know anything? Or the real estate person?
Yes. But my son-in-law is in Alberta, Canada, hunting bear right now.
How about the real estate broker? Will she talk?
So that would be a sensitive problem because she is the wife of my son-in-law's, the owner of my son-in-law's company, who's moving to Lander.
Oh,
and if we upset her, he could lose his job.
What? This is a big cluster, man. And you asked for help prematurely because you're asking us for help when we don't even understand what's going on. I mean, we have no idea what's going on.
So what are the things I should find out?
Okay, here's what you find out. What happened? Who owned the house? Why does it need a judge's approval? Okay, who's selling the house? And why does that seller need the judge's approval? Okay? Why? Okay? That's it. And then you want to know, what happened at that closing? What just happened if ownership was not transferred? And if your daughter and son-in-law want, can they simply take their money and just exit this transaction? Because obviously it wasn't disclosed. Possession is like 9/10 of the laws, they say. It's the coup d'etat. If they didn't give possession, for God's sakes, what if it was going to take 5 years? Are they supposed to wait 5 years? Ask that question. Is there a deadline on this? These are the obvious questions. What is going on? What happened at escrow? Who is doing the selling? Why do they need a judge to sign off? And what is the time limit? And if they say there is none, then say, well, what happens if in 5 years it's not transferred? And don't let them say, oh, that'll never happen. Unless there's something in writing, it can.
Yes, sir.
Those are the questions. Find me answers. I'll be happy to talk to anybody about it. But it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. None. Zero. Zip. You don't close on something and then be told, oh, by the way, you know that house you just bought? You can't have it yet until a judge approves it. You should have been told that way ahead of time. And maybe you were. Did you see the buy-sell contract? Does your daughter have a copy of the contract?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Well, that's another thing you need, a copy of the contract. Because everything could be spelled out in there, and your stupid soon-to-be or your stupid son-in-law doesn't have a clue what he's doing.
I guess we don't need Blade.
Hurting your neck or back can be a serious hit to your happiness and way of life. Pain relief doesn't have to be an endless cycle of medication and doctor visits. Find ones that
there's no idea what's going on.
Not a clue. Not even.
Not even close.
Sorry, Blake isn't available today.
Who?
Blake.
That's okay, we don't need him.
We don't need him.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know. Are you done with Tom? Tom is?
Until he gets more information.
Okay.
When you're in an accident, you hear all kinds of people saying, oh, so-and-so got me this much, and I got this much, and we get millions, and we do this, and we do that. And you know the truth is, there are hundreds and hundreds of cases in between where they don't get millions. Do they work those cases? You'll never know because they don't talk about them. John Fuller works all of the cases, big and small, personally. He'll give you his cell phone. You're not just a number. Now, if you have a super fragilistic expialidocious case, more the better, right? But if you don't, you still get his attention. My accident expert is there for a reason. He can be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co. That stands for Colorado. myaccidentlawyer.co, 303-597-4500. If you're looking for a reverse loan, please ask questions, plenty of questions, to find out what it's all about, what will best suit you, a line of credit, a lump sum, monthly payments. Also, how are they going to do it? How long does it take? How old? And do you have enough equity? How much will you be able to borrow? Empower Reverse is set up to answer all of these questions to empower you to be a smart borrower. Empower Reverse.com, 720-500-7719. 720-500-7719.
Peak Performance is the smartest solution in the universe.
Do I have at least 3 minutes?
With erectile dysfunction. All you need. So, we hired an equally smart guy who knows a thing or two.
Walking is a fucking challenge, Doc.
An astrophysicist. Hi, I'm an astrophysicist. What makes Peak Performance the smartest ED solution is that it uses a revolutionary process called focused linear compression therapy. These short, comfortable treatments involve no pain, no surgery, no side effects, and are effective for over 80% of men. Peak Performance. Very smart. Call Peak Performance today at 1-800-210-8181 for a free blood flow evaluation. That's 1-800-210-8181. Call 1-800-210-8181 or visit peakperformanceformen.com. Peak Performance. Men at his peak.
Do you have joint pain in your knees or hips or shoulder or back? Pro football legend Emmitt Smith knows how disruptive it is.
How can you focus? How can you be at your optimal best when your body's under attack by
That's why Emmitt's such a proponent of QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is here with regenerative options using natural biologics, non-surgical alternatives that offer lasting relief for pain in your knees, hips, lower back, and shoulders.
this natural biological treatment gives them the chance to get back in the game and to have normal life.
QC Kinetics treatments laser focus on areas of intense pain, allowing your body to heal itself with no drugs, so you can focus on normal life.
Walking up the stairs without pain, getting on your bicycle without pain, running again, playing with the kids.
Your consultation is absolutely free.
Call QC Kinetics, 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. QC Kinetics, 303-900-8986.
Chances are you're jamming in your car. And since Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, you only pay for what you need. Lilo and I are showing you.
Oh, where'd he go?
Restroom.
Oh.
Hit it. Everybody, check your blind spots real quick. Now hands on the wheel. Put them 10 and 2 and move your head like a bird new. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Here, Doc, here's a story for you.
ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
That Wordle.
It's your mom Mary here to tell you about Orchard. If you're looking to buy a home but want to skip all the stress, it's time for a mid-game adjustment. Orchard
That's
lets you
weird.
move into your new home
I
before you
know.
sell your old one. Orchard turns you into a cash buyer so you can win in a competitive market. And it doesn't cost you any more money than traditional real estate. Orchard is
New York Times issued a statement.
What? Saying what?
How about the Wordle game?
What do you mean? What did they say about it?
That the answer of the day on the popular Wordle might be in bad taste for some
We're
users.
talking temperatures in the upper 70s, which was right around.
Suzanne said to answer her text.
Throughout the day.
Suzanne said to answer her text.
21 pinpoint weather team meteorologist Kylie Bird.
Need to hire? Need indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Denver's talk station at kout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Frank Duran, the real estate man, does complimentary valuations or market analysis of your home. So if you're wondering what your house will sell for in this market and it's getting tricky, you can trust Frank Duran. He is a trusted expert in real estate, whether you're buying or selling. And there's no obligation to list with him, although you won't do any better. He has stats to show he can sell for more money and faster in every neighborhood he's been in. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Kimberly's got a random thought of the day. We started out with some random thoughts. They were quite silly, but hey, what the hell? I love them. Go ahead, Kimberly.
It's kind of a random thought / trivia question.
Okay.
So your typewriter keyboard.
Yes.
Take the top row of letters.
Yep.
And there's a 10-letter word that you can type out only on the top row of the keyboard.
Deputy Doc, you love word games. So the whole, the QWERTY, UIOP, QWERTY.
A 6-letter word.
A 6-letter word.
Well, you can type purity right away. That's what I see.
She has a 10
letters.
10 letters. All right. 10 letters using the top letters. Oh, I'm sure we could get it. Let's see.
Yeah.
I like it. Tell us. Okay, hold on. No, I know. Okay. Come on, Doc. He does Wordle every day. You think?
You think?
A 10-letter word. Wow.
Let me see.
Require is one.
Is that a 10-letter word?
I'm working on it.
Typewriter.
Good one.
It is typewriter. I Googled it. I'm not going to lie. I Googled it. I did. I was trying to type silently, but I couldn't pull it off. I did Google it. But that's very cool. Thank you. Thank you for that lovely thought today. And
see you guys, and thank you.
All right. That's a cool one. That's a cool one. 303-713-TALK. Cheryl, what's going on? Cheryl, what's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
We have a rental home in Fort Collins.
Yeah.
And we had some renters that when they moved out, they pulled up the fence. It's on an alley, and so there's parking in the alley because it's actually on a fairly busy street in Fort Collins.
Okay.
And so they pulled up the fence to back in to load up their things. And when they left, they didn't put the fence back in correctly. They set it up, but it wasn't.
Now, did they remove one panel of a fence, or did they remove the whole back, or what?
Well, it's kind of a strange little fence. One side butts up to a little building, a little outbuilding there, and it's not very wide. It's probably 2 feet. And then there was a 4-foot walk-through fence, and then approximately 25 feet past that was just fence with pickets on it.
Okay, so are you asking what to do about it? Did you take their security deposit because of it? What happened?
No, we didn't. We didn't know that it had happened at the time. When our current renters moved in, they told us that the fence was starting to fall down, and so we don't live in Fort Collins, but we drove there and checked it out, and that's when we discovered that they had taken the fence out and not put it back up properly.
Okay.
So yeah, we decided to repair the fence. They have a little child, and so they kind of need a fence, and so I searched around, called around in Fort Collins, and I have to tell you, Tom, she told me to call you first.
Okay, what happened? Did you get ripped off?
We did get ripped off. Yes, they sent a repairman out to fix the fence.
Who did you hire?
We hired Handyman Connection.
Handyman Connection. Okay.
So they seemed
the reason I mentioned, we don't get complaints about them. That's why I asked about that. So what did they send out the wrong guy or what? Or wrong gal, or it's just not working, or what?
Well, so this was around the middle of November. The middle of December, there was a big wind that came through Fort Collins and blew the entire bunch of it down, the whole thing. The gate, the walk-through gate, we actually had them put in an RV gate, a 2-piece RV gate, so that our renters could open it up and have access to the back of the house for that reason. And it blew.
How much did you pay for the repair?
$1,562.
Holy crap!
For labor, and then he gave us a quote of $200 to $250 for materials because they have you pay for the materials, and that ended
so
up
the
being
job
closer to
was done. It just didn't last, right?
Right.
And why didn't it last?
Well, the first time we went down and looked at it, they, first of all, put all that weight on 4x4 posts. And the one post not only carries the hinge for the walk-through gate, for the 4-foot walk-through gate, but it also carries the weight of half of the RV fence.
All right, so what are they going to, let's just get right to it. What are they going to do about it?
They're going to do nothing. They sent a couple of workmen out, including the one that did the work, and they said it was done to standard and that it was okay. And the most poignant thing that was said was my guy, he said...
What does that mean? Wait a minute. It was done to standard. It's standards. It's okay. Then what explanation do they have for it breaking?
They told us that maybe our renters ran into it. It wasn't broke down where a car would run into it. And we could see that the workmanship was pretty crappy. And I know I sent you some pictures. And are you looking at them right now?
No, I will, though. Did you give them to me, Kelly?
Yep, they should be in there.
Yeah, I got it. I got them right here.
Okay.
All right,
so the one post, you can see that it has that metal piece on it.
Yeah.
That little metal corner, and then it has another piece of 4x4 coming out.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, they did a schlock job.
Yeah. And so we hired them we tried to get them to warranty it because it was less than a month old.
No, it sucks. I mean, they did a terrible job. I think these are good pictures, though. Why did you take pictures as it was being done?
Well, we weren't down there. Like I said, we don't live down there.
Who took the pictures?
Well, we did. We went down there. We were in Fort Collins, and we went by the house and saw it, and that's when we started taking pictures.
Oh, this is after it broke. You took pictures.
This is after it broke. Yeah.
I get it. Okay.
Yeah, so we went down once and looked at it, and then we had no idea. I mean, we could see all the surface things that were just...
You know what? These people are being jerks for not fixing this. You know, Deputy Doc, let's give him a quick call. And then here's the thing, man. These pictures clearly show the schlock job they did.
Well, if you keep looking at those pictures, you'll see that the one end of the one post at the other end that was supposed to hold the other half of the RV gate wasn't even in the ground.
No,
at all.
It wasn't.
And that's not their fault. But
so this is Handyman Connection out of where?
Well, I guess they're out of somewhere back east, Ohio or Pennsylvania or somewhere. I don't know exactly where they're from. I just mentioned one day, don't make me come down to your office.
Wait. Where is this fence located?
In Fort Collins.
Okay. So when you call Handyman Connection, did you call out of state?
Yes, and then they would transfer me to someone.
Okay, so they're like an aggregator. They just like dispatch someone, right?
Yes.
All right. You know, I've heard of Handyman Connection. I'm trying to think if they were ever on referral list. They're not on there now. You know, we've had handyman on forever. Handyman Hub is on there. Valero Construction does a lot of handyman stuff. But I just, for some reason, though, Handyman Connection, and then there was another one. What was the other one? The big handyman place. They used to be on our referral list. Anyway, that's too bad. I mean, that just sucks. So what we should do, here's what we can do. We can take a stab at calling them saying, look, you know, why don't you just fix it for the lady? But I think you could win in small claims court. I really do. But let us call first and see what they say, and then we can arm you better.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW.
Available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music
This
radio
is
podcasts.
schlock. I've heard of Handyman Connection, but I don't know what.
Traffic.
I can't place
This
it.
report is sponsored by Root
What is
Insurance.
the handyman one that
Only about 13-14 minutes now between
he Handyman Matters?
6470 at the
Handyman Matters used to be on my referral list, and they become a national. He became a national guy. I mean, he franchised. He did a good job at first, and then Handyman Matters.
The full way as your alternate. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, sunny, breezy. high at 79 for today. Tonight's low 49, and then a repeat for tomorrow. Brisk winds, 79 for the high under sunny skies.
And he was bought out.
56. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Look, Colorado, we get it. There are too many obnoxious car insurance ads. We're Root, and we do car insurance differently. Our app lets us give you smarter rates based on how you actually drive, not things like your job. Root, for good drivers. Download the app today. Disclaimers may apply. See root.com for details.
Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan is more than a saying. I've known Brent Ivinson from the beginning of Ideal, and he has established a company that listens first, then they lend, because every loan is ideally situated and suited to the customer. For example, you may want to get a loan where you pull cash out to pay off high interest debt, and even now that makes sense. Now you want that interest rate guarantee though, because if rates go down, you want to refi free of charge, and Ideal will do that. In fact, that guarantee lasts 2 years every time you close. You also may want credit optimization, which means your credit's good, but they improve it by maybe even having you pay down a credit card by a few bucks, or correcting an address or a place where you work. It's that easy. They take a look at that. And they also, of course, have pick your own term loan, so you don't have to go back to 15 or 30. 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You're not required to pay it all back because there are special programs now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe if you qualify. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. These programs, which the credit card companies like to keep secret, exist to aid American consumers struggling with overwhelming credit card debt by offering tremendous savings and real debt relief. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you qualify for. They've helped qualify consumers with over $1 billion in debt and are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. So don't wait. Get the relief you need during these hard economic times. For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now. Call 800-885-7788. 800-885-7788. That's 800-885-7788.
Your car is worth more right now than any time in the past, and that's pretty exciting. Trade in, trade up, trade down, whatever your needs are, the Sharpest Price in Englewood, they are going to give you the best offer hands down. And the Sharpest Price is so easy to get to, just located minutes from I-25 in Santa Fe. And with the best appraisals in town from their trained buyers, you know you'll always be taken care of and get the best deals at the Sharpest Price. I'm telling you, if you're looking to trade in, go to the Sharpest Price, best customer service in town. Get more info at thesharpestprice.com.
From the host of the hit true crime podcast Dr. Death and Bad Batch comes a brand new unbelievable story. Sympathy Pains investigates the shocking tale of one woman, a former nurse, who spent nearly 20 years faking illnesses and tragedies until the victims confronted her on national television.
Sarah Delashman told people she had leukemia or muscular dystrophy, even Ebola. She knew enough to be convincing, but it was all a lie.
Listen to Sympathy Pains on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You've shared half your life together, built your family and careers together. She doesn't just complete your sentences, she's your best friend. Isn't it time to tell her you'd marry her all over again? I'm Steve Williams. And I'm Bruce Williams from Williams Jewelers, suggesting maybe it's time for that second diamond. The diamond you've always wanted to give her, but now can afford. Here at our famous Williams Jewelers Diamond Bar, you'll see way more beautiful certified larger diamonds than you find in average stores. 2, 3, 4 carat diamonds in stock every day at the guaranteed best price in Colorado. And the diamond professionals to help you create not just her ultimate diamond ring, but a true family legacy. So when you want to say, I love you, on her birthday, your anniversary, or just because it's time, come to the store that started it all. Williams Jewelers.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers in Cherry Creek North and in Inglewood, where Colorado shines.
In my first visit to Aspenwood Dental and the Colorado Dental Implant Center, I learned something important about the way Drs. Yaros, Augustine, Zeppelin, and Son approach their patients with great individual attention. I've been at other dental practices where you feel like there's a small menu of treatments you choose from, and you pretty much get the same treatment as the last guy, even if your situation is at least somewhat different. But at Aspenwood Dental, the caring team takes the time to truly personalize your care. This is especially important when it comes to dental implants, and I care a lot about that because my lovely bride, Kristen, needed one to replace a tooth that failed. Dr. Zeppelin sat with us and explained the whole process, how it works, how long it takes, how much it costs, and the result for Kristen is truly remarkable. The new tooth is indistinguishable from the original, except that the new tooth is stronger. For the highest quality of care from the nicest and most experienced team, the team that's been on 5280 Magazine's list of top dentists for 14 years in a row, please get started at AspenwoodDental.com. That's AspenwoodDental.com.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHAL.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Get your calls in. I'll get right to you, 303-713-8255. We're calling you a handyman connection to see what we can do there to fix that fence for Cheryl. And Eileen's turn. She has an issue with Continental Hardscape, a Home Depot referral. How'd this referral happen, Eileen?
Oh, hi. Thanks for taking my call.
Hi.
I went to the store, and this goes back to 2004, and Continental Hardscape was there.
Wait, 2004?
Yes, because the work is warranted for life of as long as you own your home. I have no problem with the work. They did beautiful work. They paved our backyard, our upper patio, put in a
So in 2004, Continental Hardscape did what for you?
They paved the backyard, the upper patio, and put in 3 tree rings and a retaining wall. Their work was magnificent.
Okay, so what's the problem?
They have been here one other time since they did it to repair a few things. Well, I've called them many times now and can't find out.
What is the problem?
I need some repair work done.
What kind of repair work?
The tree rings are falling apart.
And they were a part of the guarantee for life?
Absolutely. I talked to the Better Business Bureau. I talked to the Colorado.
What does the Better Business Bureau have to do with their warranty?
Well, it's to find out if they're still in business.
Oh, okay. So,
and I talked to
hold on. You have in writing, though, all of this work is guaranteed for life.
Absolutely. As long as I own my home, and I still own my home.
Okay. And how many tree rings are disintegrating?
Just the big one. One.
Just one of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And how big is that?
Well, I'm going to guess it's 5 or 6 feet in diameter.
Okay. So what do they say?
They don't answer the phone. They don't answer emails. I'm hoping you can tell me how to find out if they're still in business.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we can find out. First of all, just talking about it on the air like this, people come out of the woodwork. And but you said the Better Business Bureau told you they were?
They are not members.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But Continental Hardscapes, where did you find them? Home Depot, but where are they out of? I mean, like what part of town? Did you have an address for them?
They have a Westminster address, and there was a Denver address at one time. I live in Colorado Springs, so I was referred to by the Home Depot here in Colorado Springs.
Well, okay, they have only 3 reviews. Westminster, they say they're open. And you called the number, right? And they never answered.
No, they do not. And I emailed them. And during the pandemic, I called them, and they didn't. And I thought, well, they're probably not open because of the pandemic. But so I gave them that benefit.
I mean, a tree ring can't be difficult.
No, but I think they know how to fix it better than I do.
No, you're right. Hold on a second here. Hold on. Let's see. Hey, Kelly. If they pick up, grab it, okay? I just want to see if they answer. Hold on. Sorry, let me do that again. And then there should be no reason why they don't answer. Let me just see if it's a live person. You can pick it up, Kelly. Just telling this woman trying to get warranty work.
Yeah, I got it.
Systems. We're unable to get to the phone right now, so please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and we'll call you back as soon as we can. If you'd like to reach the owner, Taylor Bars, directly, please call him on his cell phone, and that number is 303-917-0530. Thank you, and have a great day.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished,
doesn't sound like they're hiding from anything.
Or press 1 for more options.
Hello, this is Tom Martino. We're live on my radio show, the Troubleshooter Show. Been around for 40 years here solving problems. We just got a very simple call from one of your past customers who said that she has a lifetime warranty, but she can't get through to anybody to talk to her. If you could call us back, we'd really appreciate it. She had the work done in 2004. It simply involves one tree ring right now. You've been there before to fix things. Our number is 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Thank you. You know, Eileen, I'm not seeing a lot of bad stuff online, and I'm seeing that they answered, and I'm seeing that they even gave out that owner's cell phone, which we can try.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the owner's cell phone up there, Kelly? If you could call that off the air. So hold on. Let's see what we find out. I'm Tom Martino.
Now, Impact.
This report is sponsored by Root Insurance.
You know, if I could pick the worst 5 weeks or 6 weeks for them to be gone, it would have been now.
C470 up to full speed, no reported problem spots on I-225.
I couldn't think of a worse time.
Now, there is an accident on Tower Road, a big delay here in Tower City.
doing what I
Tower
was
Road
doing,
between
Doc.
81st and 88th Avenue, northbound
What
and
is he doing?
southbound backup.
I was making an appointment for a shave and
Fox 31
had to put in my credit card information and
high of 79 for today, tonight so 49, and then a repeat for tomorrow. Winds,
I don't know what it would be.
under sunny skies.
I don't even know if I'm going remote this week.
With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 6:30
God
now.
damn this thing.
Look, Colorado, we get
Fuck.
it. There are too many obnoxious car insurance ads. We're Root, and we do car insurance.
well, I thought they were going to be starting remodel work
based on how
today.
you actually drive. On things like your job. Root for good drivers. Download the app today. Disclaimers may apply. See root.com for details.
The best $79 you'll spend. It'll get you a complete air conditioning check from Plumline Services. Catch things before they turn into expensive problems. Just $79. Turn to the experts. Plumline. Every time I put in more spot, Plumline's got you covered. Earning your trust since 1998. Character and ethics. Service at home. Servants at heart. Schedule online. No phone call. No hassle. No wait.
I got it.
PlumlineServices.com.
Hang on. 30 month. The hardest working month of the year, when you can save on hard-working Maytag performance. Like laundry pairs that make clothes think twice before getting dirty again. Refrigerators that make cold.
Doc, I don't know about. I don't know what I'm going to do on Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know how bad it's going to get.
Don't wait. Put the hardest working month of the year to work.
Well, Wednesday you get your MRI after the show, right?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the construction.
Oh, well,
Excel Roofing, as in excellent, EXCEL, a company that you can trust, a company been around more than 30 years with thousands of satisfied customers, headed by Jay Bretz. And you know, when it comes to roofing, to say an excellent company means something because the roofing industry pretty much sucks. At Excel, they assign a project manager for each job that communicates with you until the job's done. And you never pay a cent until you're content. No money down, no money up front, not even when materials are delivered. ExcelRoofing.com. I've been trusting them on my referral list from day one. You can too. ExcelRoofing.com, 303-761-6400. When I needed a new roof, when I needed roof repairs, when I need anything roof related, I call Excel, 303-761-6400. And when we're talking about first-hand experience, I don't make that up. I mean, I don't tell you that unless it's true. And the same goes for this product that I bought, and it was one of the most effective products immediately. It's the QCcolorado.com. QCcolorado.com. The whole house fan. The QC stands for quiet, cool. It is quiet. It is cool. I had it put in my home, and my air conditioner was fabulous, working a third of the time. I saved so much money because, you know, in Colorado, you can use that fan almost every afternoon, all night, to keep your house cool. And you can auxiliary it with the air conditioner, but you hardly need it. And then in the morning, you turn it on. It's wonderful. You know, it has Wi-Fi capability. It has, it's just great. I mean, a remote control. I mean, they don't have to wire into the walls. It takes just a few hours. Call them, QCcolorado.com. 303-800-3419. That's 303-800-3419.
The DC Liberals.
So are we going to find out tomorrow about the construction on Wednesday?
Yeah. I'm going to get an update. And then
All
I
right,
looked
so
at my
we'll just go to
house.
your- What? We'll just go to your house.
I got to make sure I have the equipment.
That's why Colorado needs Joe O'Day in the U.S. Senate. Joe O'Day. He's a conservative, an outsider, a successful businessman, and job creator. Joe O'Day will stop the reckless spending, fight government waste, and get our debt under control. Endorsed by Colorado law enforcement, Joe O'Day will back our men and women in blue and fight for the rule of law. Joe O'Day will stand up to those.
So there was a blurb somewhere that kids in kindergarten and first grade and second grade can't read clocks because they've only been exposed to digital clocks. They don't know what the big hand and the little. Don't you think that's ridiculous?
I do. I've heard that before.
Yeah, they need to. Well, teach them how to do it. They're in second grade. Teach them how to read a freaking clock. Instead of teaching about critical race theory, teach them about critical time theory.
All the professionals at Water Pros. These guys
That's a random thought for you, Tom.
and are dedicated to providing affordable solutions to your water.
So what do you think happened when I called
Water softeners.
Handyman Connection? What do we get 9 out of 10 times? Leave a message.
WaterPros.net and sign up for a free consultation today.
Jose, how much longer till this goes ready?
No one can bake gluten-free vegan goodies better than Surrey.
Wait, well, Jim and Mary's last days are the same day?
But he needs to whip up a new shift lead without interviews burning his time.
Gotta get interviewing before my calendar is cooked. Oh,
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard, so you can stay organized and connected all the way to the hire. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
630 KL.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. We want to solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. Now, did you try calling Continental Hardscape's owner? Did you, Kelly?
Yeah, we just got that message. You said,
Oh, which one?
well, Hardscapes.
Yeah, not the handyman, the Hardscape.
Yeah, we just tried. Kelly just tried that. And we just got a message.
No, we got the message here, but then he gave us the number of the owner, and I wanted to know if we called the owner. Is she there or not? Is she ducked behind there or not? Okay, Kelly, did you call the owner of Hardscapes?
I did, yes, and I left a message.
Okay, so we had to leave a message there too.
And the same thing with Handyman Connection.
Yeah. Now, Eileen, we often do get results though, and like I said, it just didn't seem like a message where they were hiding anything, because they said if you want to talk to the owner, and then they gave his separate phone number out. So, and then on the website, it gives on the contacts all the different people to talk to. Did you ever call that owner's? Did you ever get that message about the owner's cell phone?
Yes, and I called it and left a message.
Okay.
Never got any answers.
Yeah. Well,
That's why I went to you and I thought you could tell me if they're still in business because you have.
Well, I mean, I can't tell you for sure they're in business, but I see their website. I see they only have 3 reviews. That's not very good. And, they answer the phone. And let's see what the reviews say. I mean, they just say, 3 reviews. It could be, they're 3 years ago. There's nothing. Oh, wait, a month ago. A month ago. There was a review done a month ago. Fantastic paver, patio done. Always good communication. So we'll see if they're good communication. We will stay on top of it. Let us know. Mark this for a follow-up, Kelly. Mark it for a follow-up. How did you find them, Eileen? Was this Home Depot? Did this was back? Though this was a while ago, as you said, in 2004. My gosh.
Right, and there was a representative there from Continental Hardscape at Home Depot.
Yeah. When was the last time? When was the last time you had them at your house?
I'm going to guess 8 or 10 years ago.
Okay. Well, at least you did get warranty work, which is amazing. So 10 years ago would have been
2012.
Yeah, 12, and that would have been 8 years after the job was done. So, they do respond. I mean, I don't see why all of a sudden they'd stop responding. Hey, Dawn, what's going on with you? People, we still have a couple hours to go as well. Keep that in mind, 303-713-TALK. What's going on, Dawn?
Hey, so I moved from Colorado last August. We hired Alliance Moving and Storage.
Now, hold on.
Quote.
Hold on. I want to ask a few questions, and everyone who listens to this show knows what I'm going to ask.
Okay.
Was Alliance a broker or an actual mover?
They didn't specify.
Where were they located?
They were. I've got a contract. Hold on.
How'd you find them?
Online.
So they're in Florida, right? They're from Florida, right?
No. They were in Colorado because that's where we were living.
Thank God. I mean, because if you dealt with anyone from Florida, I'm going to tell you got ripped off. But so you went online and found.
No. Okay. I went online and found them, and I'm looking right now, and it does say that they are located in Boca Raton, Florida.
Yeah, you got ripped off. That's where they're all headquartered. Yep. I'll guarantee you it's going to be a ripoff. There's just absolutely no doubt in my mind. So tell me, when did you contract with them?
I got a binding moving estimate from them on June 15th, 2021.
June 2021. Okay.
Yep.
And they were supposed to pick up your stuff in Colorado?
They were, but what happened was somebody else showed up.
Of course, because they're a broker. The people in Florida aren't movers. They're scammers. And then they sell the contract to someone else. And that other person that showed up wanted more money, right?
They did.
How much did you pay? Yeah, we've heard the scam every single week for 4 years. Every single week. So, Dawn, how much did Alliance take from you up front?
So we just paid them an $1,800 down payment.
Right, and then
our job to someone else.
Then the second one, you paid how much?
Then the second one, we have paid.
The one who showed up. Who showed up?
Bid Company LLC. They are located in Colorado.
And they're not really, but they're called Bid Company?
Bid Company LLC, DBA, doing business as Real Movers.
Real Movers, okay.
Uh-huh.
And Real Movers, how much did you pay them?
Almost twice as much.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Then paid Real Movers about $3,500, right?
Oh no, we paid them $64.32.
Well, your math's not good. You said almost twice as much. You paid $1,800.
Well, no. For the $1,800 was strictly the down payment. They had quoted us $8,400 for the move, and so we paid Bid Movers half now, and we're supposed to pay the other half when they deliver our stuff.
But you're not going to get your stuff. I hate to tell you that, but listen, you got to hold on because we got to figure out where your stuff is. So you paid $1,800 up front. How much did you pay Real Movers when they came to pick up your stuff?
Half the balance, $64.82.
You paid them $64.82?
I did.
And then how much do you owe them? Hold on, please. Just hold on. God almighty.
Well, if
Right, another 6482.
Wait, if the bid was 8,400 and 64, it's way more than half. No,
Wouldn't it be ideal if you could become a cash buyer, go to the front of the line, get out your home loan?
it's crazy.
What if she said, I still don't have my stuff?
She doesn't.
That's what she's going to say.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
She probably doesn't.
Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA, NMLS.
They take everyone's stuff. You know what?
On the new true crime podcast, Betrayal, a woman chronicles her fairy tale romance.
We need to contact Florida
When her
authorities.
seemingly perfect husband's secret life is uncovered.
Artie said he doesn't know anybody down there
Shakes their
in
community and ultimately
the DA's office or anything.
There's no DA. It would be the
I mean
it would be a state office. I mean,
right, Attorney
They
General.
don't call them DAs down there. They call them state's attorneys.
Yeah.
On the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
Portions of the following program will be
Well, they're probably not doing anything illegal.
KRFX
Yeah.
HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station. It's Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter, mornings at 10, streaming live on our free iHeartRadio app and at KHOW.com.
How many times this has happened?
ABC News, I'm Alex Perez. The number of COVID deaths in the U.S. 997,000, expected to pass the staggering milestone of 1 million this week. Cases are rising in the Northeast, but, says ABC News medical contributor and Stanford Children's Health physician, Dr. Alok Patel.
The direct number of deaths is going down, which is a great thing, but this still has long-term public health implications if we continue to see roughly 20,000 people hospitalized from COVID-19 on a given day.
In a Victory Day speech, Russian President Putin is casting Moscow's military action in Ukraine as a forced response to what he called aggressive Western policies. After a surprise weekend visit to Ukraine, Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau also announcing his country's reopening of its embassy.
This political cartoon
Officials at a sandals
has
resort in the
people burning
Bahamas
the
are
flag,
still trying to
people
figure
with a
out why
sign saying
3
support
Americans
late-term
died
abortion.
and a fourth had
Another
to be
one
flown to a
saying
Miami house
defund police. Another one saying open borders now. Another one. And then,
this is ABC News.
and then
More human remains
Biden
discovered in
saying
Lake Mead
MAGA
outside
is
Las
the most
Vegas.
extremist political group
Finding
in recent history.
bones in an
And then it
area
shows
that
MAGA
voters used to
supporters
cover.
holding signs,
Voters
school
on the
choice,
found a body
secure our
inside a barrel
borders,
last week.
support
And with
police,
reservoir
lower
levels rising
taxes,
amid a
free
historic drought in
speech.
the western U.S., police say more bodies will probably pop up. The office as we know it is over. That pronouncement from the head of a popular website.
Working at the office is a relic of the past, or so says Airbnb CEO Brian Chesky, who's allowing employees to work wherever they want from now on without facing pay cuts, depending on where they live, like other companies have imposed. Chesky tells Time that Airbnb had its most productive years ever during the pandemic, and he thinks it's because of remote work. He also says there's a place for brick-and-mortar stores, restaurants, and hospitals, but he asks, if the physical office didn't exist, would we invent it? And if we invented it, what would it be for? Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Alex Perez, ABC News.
Dell Technologies wants to celebrate all your hard work with these Small Business Month specials. Get great value offers on powerful laptops, desktops, and servers with Windows 11 Pro starting at $499, plus top monitors and docks, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. It's the perfect time to upgrade so you and your team can stay secure from anywhere. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL to refresh your business tech with these Small Business Month specials. Dell recommends Windows 11 Pro for business.
May is Maytag month, the hardest working month of the year, when you can save on hard-working Maytag performance. Laundry pairs that make clothes think twice before getting dirty again. Refrigerators that make cold your new favorite flavor. And dishwashers that encase your oatmeal.
I know.
Don't
Yeah,
wait.
because they don't
The
agree with
hardest
these,
working month of the year to
social
work for
policy.
you and save big on Maytag appliances now through June 1st. Because May
You know
is
what makes that
Maytag month.
come? The number of people in their 20s and 30s that have tattoos.
1203. The popularity of charter schools
It's unbelievable. All over their arm. I think it looks ugly. I mean, maybe it has to be generational, because I just don't understand it.
Where the traditional public system has, in some cases, had a hard time adapting and a hard time adjusting. Charter schools
My son has them.
make quick
My oldest son has
All over?
He has them on his arms.
That's a big part of why we're saying.
I just don't get it.
He says public school enrollment fell during the pandemic, while charter school
Look at this
enrollment in Colorado
picture that Mark
increased.
sent to Marty.
An investigation underway in Westminster after a pedestrian was
What is
killed
it?
after
It's a little smart car or something.
25 early this morning. There's no word on why.
I know, Mark sent it to...
I get it.
Friends and family.
It says Marty the Smarty.
Ahead of the 2-year anniversary of her disappearance. Her husband was charged with first-degree murder, but those charges were dismissed last month. Tomorrow marks the official 2-year anniversary of Morphew's disappearance. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance, where you only pay for what you need.
No delay on either side of I-25 now between the Boulder Turnpike and C-470. Traffic looks good if you're traveling further south towards Castle Rock as well. Now back in the heart of the city, things look good downtown. I-70 checking clear, no reported delay now.
Well, there's a big accident on I-70 that's going up to the mountains yesterday. They closed down I-70.
There is a crash at
Whoa.
Islands Ranch.
So luckily, I was able to get off and exit after about a couple hundred yards of stop and go.
What were you doing in
About
the...
to say for tomorrow, windy, a high of 79 and
What were you
sunny
doing?
skies.
I was just going to the mountains to play a little poker.
With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin.
But
6:30, hey how.
you can see the smoke in the distance.
Nobody should have to
So
pay
it must have been a pretty big accident.
all
Totally
insurance
closed down
coverage.
Wow, yeah.
I-70.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Liberty, Liberty, Liberty.
Home Solutions. I know that because K&H did windows on 2 of my homes. K&H, more than a 60-year heritage. Windows, doors, and siding. KHWindows.com. They're designed for both beauty and energy efficiency. 303-421-7100. Make your own appointment online at KHWindows.com or 303-421-7100.
Here's to the great American settlers. The millions of you who settled for unsatisfying jobs because they pay the bills. Of course, there is something else you could do if you got something to say. Start a podcast with Spreaker from iHeart and unleash your creative freedom. Maybe even earn enough money to one day tell your old boss, hey, I'm no settler, I'm an explorer. Spreaker.com. Spreaker. Hustle on over today.
Hail damage? Call Excel Roofing. 303-761-6400.
Reach out to Tom Martino and let your voice be heard. Call, text, and now talk back anytime with our free iHeart Radio app while streaming KHOW in the full screen player. Just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's talk station now. A grand in your hand. Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Grand. That's grand. Enter it now at khow.com.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Garage Magic is what I am telling you to get now in this season to dress up your garage, cover cracks, make your concrete last longer. Get it on your concrete, your steps, your porch, your patio, your pool decks. Polyaspartic coatings guaranteed for life. GarageMagic.com. 720-600-HOME. Beautiful colors, beautiful coatings. I love it. I have it. GarageMagic.com, 720-600-HOME. All employees, fully insured, bonded. All right. That's GarageMagic.com. Dawn's got a problem, and I fear that she has basically run across a scam. And it's the scam that a lot of people have come across, basically, and that is a moving scam. It has all the earmarks. What usually happens is you find someone online. They're usually in Florida. The ripoffs, 99% of all moving ripoffs start in Florida. Boca Raton or Orlando area, sometimes Miami, but it's in Florida. So they take money up front and they promise you a move for a certain price. Then they send someone to your home and that person says, oh, no, we can't do it for that price. And then they up the price and get more money from you. Then a third person calls you to arrange delivery and wants even more money, or you don't get your stuff. So far, I think she paid $1,800 up front to Alliance Moving and Storage in Boca Raton, Florida. Then you paid Real Movers $6,400. Is that right, Dawn?
That's correct.
So far, that's what you paid. Now, the third person...
And we've been paying them more. We've been paying them storage fees every month since then.
And how much? Why storage fees every month? Why didn't they just deliver?
They've been keeping our things because we were building a house.
Oh,
and we had to have it stored until our house was built.
And your house done?
My house is done. We requested our things on April 4th, and we have yet to receive it. They keep putting us off week to week to week.
And this was picked up back in...
Technically, well, originally we contracted in June. They came to pack us up the end of July.
July of 2021.
Yep.
And where is your stuff right now?
In Colorado.
Do you know where?
I don't. I just have their street address on their contract.
Where is it?
It says 4900 South Ulster Street in Denver.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't they answer? Why don't they deliver you? Why don't they arrange for delivery?
I don't know. They just keep saying we're waiting for a driver. We're going to pack you up next week and have it to you by the end of the week. Then we don't hear anything. We call them back. They say, okay, we're waiting for another driver. We'll pack you up next week and deliver at the end of next. And
wait till you hear how much you have to pay. What did they say the balance is going to be?
Well, we paid them half of what they wanted when they took our stuff. We're supposed to pay the other half here whenever they deliver. However, I met a girl yesterday who said the same thing happened to her with Alliance, and by the time it took them 4 months to get their belongings, and when they got it, they still demanded more money before they would release it to them.
Oh, of course. But by the time it's all said and done, you're gonna be out $15,000 or $16,000.
Hey, Dawn, you said the price was $8,400, and you paid them $64,000. So how was that half?
No, go ahead.
Alliance quoted us. I'm sorry. Alliance gave us a binding moving estimate of $8,400.
What does that mean, binding? What does that mean? Go sue them then.
That means that's the price they're supposed to charge.
Well, did you ever call them back and say, hey, you gave me a binding estimate?
Yep.
And what they say?
Said, hey, we sold your contract to somebody else. We have nothing to do with what they charge.
Exactly. So this is another Florida ripoff move. She's going to be out about 15 or 16 grand when it's all said and done. Is your stuff worth it?
Well, it's everything I own.
I wish you would have called us first. I wish people would hear about the show or hear about this moving ripoff, this scam. I can't believe how many of these we cover. It's all exactly the same. They just are the same over and over and over. I mean, it's remarkable.
So what do we do?
Well, you want to know the truth? There's not much you can do. They have you hostage right now. There's nothing. There's no agency that's going to come and help you. I mean, they have. What we can do is warn people, and they don't give it. Real movers, they don't give a damn for you. Do you have a phone number for them locally? What's the phone number?
Let me get it for you.
We'll call them.
The number on their contract is no longer working, but we do have a number that we've contacted a guy named Frank several times.
And who is Frank?
And that number is 888-747-0710.
Oh, man. This is sad. And the last time you talked to Frank, when did he say you'd get your stuff?
This week, but they were supposed to call us Friday to confirm it, and we never heard from them. Again.
When did you realize, or did you not realize you've been ripped off until now? Did you know you were part of a scam that they have all worked out?
I did not.
Also,
until we ask for our things and we're not getting them.
And not only, well, they're going to wait until you really want them, then they're hitting you up. And then after you pay that money, you're going to get damaged stuff too. I forgot to tell you that part. That's the last insult. Your stuff's going to be damaged. And there's nobody to go after. These people don't have anything. They don't have anything. They're just a bunch of low-life, disgusting people. That's what they are.
How do they stay in business?
Because they hit and run. I mean, nobody checks them out. You didn't check out Alliance. You didn't check out. Did you ever say, wait a minute, I did business with Alliance. Who's Real Movers? Did you ever ask that?
I did, and they said they're a moving company we sold your contract to.
Yeah. So Alliance wasn't a mover at all. In fact, I don't think Real Movers are Real Movers. No, I'm serious. You know, listen, I don't mean to wallow in this. I'm not happy about this. I'm distraught over it. It's terrible that you got ripped off so badly.
Let's call Frank while he's right now on the air, see if he'll talk to us.
Okay.
Are you on the phone with Frank? Okay, hold on. She's on the phone with Frank. Let's see what she comes up with. Real Movers, 4900 Ulster Street in Denver. Frank is at 888-747-0710. Do you think they'd be satisfied just ripping them off a little? But they aren't.
Yeah. Hey,
they got to rip them off.
Dawn, are you still in Colorado?
Yeah, she's in Colorado.
Have you gone down there in person?
Have you ever gone to their address, Dawn?
No, I'm in Florida now. We've moved.
Oh, your house is being built. Your house is being built in Florida.
Right, and we've been requesting them to bring our things to us, and that's when we realized there was a problem.
Oh, my God. Where in Florida are you?
Just outside of Orlando, Winter Garden.
Okay, so now your stuff is in Colorado. It's not even moved yet. Holy crap. I thought it was the other way around. You were moving from there. Hold on. Let's see what he had to say coming up.
I think 4,900. I think it's South Ulster is just right on the other side of the highway. I used to live at 5,200 South Ulster.
Drafty, noisy windows and doors is the thing to do.
It's down there by.
AC costs and heating costs are through the roof. And let's face it,
that's a storage facility.
If there's window and door replacement done, there's no.
I don't think there's a moving company there.
No, I think there's some apartment buildings. We're at 49 something South Monaco. I think it's in an apartment building.
Call us for the details on your complete turnkey project, and we'll set up for you a no-cost in-home, rock-solid quote. Dad,
thank you.
Pantera, it's near.
This is Dan Cicchini. For over 3 decades, we've been making that promise.
If it's South Ulster, it's somewhere near Pantera.
722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Reverse loans are nothing to be trifled about. These are financial instruments that can save your bacon. Some people, they literally are going to be moved out of their home without it, and they take that equity and tap it and use it, or they have to fix up their home, or they have to use it in some way, either a line of credit, a monthly payment, a lump sum. Empower Reverse Mortgage is a mortgage lender we know and trust. And if you're considering a reverse loan, you may want to consider Empower and talk to Mark and his team. They have a heart for seniors. They will take care of you and make sure you get the proper information. EmpowerReverse.com. 720-500-7719. 720-500-7719.
This is Dan Kaplis. Ben Franklin said that well done is better than well said.
Probably Darcy's
That applies
pub.
directly to personal injury law. Actions speak louder than words. Talk is cheap. Results matter. At our firm, we've achieved truly historic results, which we'd be proud to share with you. We're a serious firm for serious cases. We take righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. If you need our help with a serious injury or wrongful death case, please give me a call. 303-770-5551 or hit dankaplislaw.com.
If powerful Denver special interests get their way, it would become legal in Colorado for people who are not medical doctors to perform eye surgery.
House Bill 1233 would allow optometrists who are not medical doctors or surgeons to operate on your eyes. And many claim it only takes a 32-hour training course to become a skilled eye surgeon. But Coloradans strongly reject that claim. In a recent poll, 87% of Colorado voters agreed that any requirements allowing surgery by optometrists should be the same as for ophthalmologists, who are medical doctors and surgeons. But 96% of voters had
Sure, you can
heard
learn to do eye surgery in 4
legislators
days.
about this
No
scandalous
problem.
32 hours, of
proposal.
course.
The clock is ticking. So please, don't wait.
Joe,
any
we
longer.
took some
Tell
2 or
your
3 day
state
courses
senators only
on certain
surgeons
equipment.
should perform eye surgery.
But,
Paid for by
you know, we were surgeons. I mean, we had, you know, years and years of surgical training, and we're just learning a new piece of hardware.
Right.
It's totally different than somebody who's had no surgical training whatsoever.
The latest precision medicine using natural biologics, growth factors that restore and repair damaged tissue. QC Kinetics is real exciting stuff. They're the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, giving you access.
Has Planned Parenthood ever helped a family plan parenting?
Well, yeah.
Have they?
Because they do birth control, they do breast and pap smears.
You've never seen other high-profile people.
Have they actually helped people plan a family?
Can help you like that. So I want
Planned
you to take
Parenthood.
action now.
Well,
Get a
I don't know.
consultation. Powerful, effective joint pain treatment with natural biologics are now right here in Denver. Call QC Kinetics now. 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986.
If you've ever ordered food for work, you understand. It's different. There's just
But I've
so much
had
more at
young
stake.
women come into my
Whether it's
office
a client call or lunch
years
at the
after they
office,
had
and have to
a
arrive at the
abortion
actual
and
lunchtime.
say, thank you, I
Food
was
for work
able to
has to
finish
work.
college,
That's why there's
I'm married, I have a good job,
Food that's
and
on time
now I'm
and
pregnant.
order from Uber
I
Eats
can't tell you how many
to
times
restaurant.
that's happened.
And if there's a problem, rare, you can reach someone in seconds.
Thank you for calling Easy Cater.
Some food just doesn't work at work, but Easy Cater just does. Order 24/7 at easycater.com.
What's up, Nuggets fans? It's Jamal Murray here to tell you about Orchard. If you're looking to buy a home but want to skip all the stress, it's time for a mid-game adjustment. Orchard lets you move into your new home before you even sell your old one. Orchard turns you into a cash buyer so you can win in a competitive market. And it doesn't cost you any more money than traditional real estate. Orchard is the same game, but most. So get out there and win the home you want.
Orchard, the new way to home, is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets. Get started at orchard.com.
This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
The Avalanche get their first chance to put away the Predators as they go for the sweep in Game 4 of their series. The Rockies get back to action tonight with Austin Gomber on the mound to oppose the Giants lineup. The official announcement is expected later this week, but it's confirmed Nuggets star Nikola Jokic will win his second consecutive league MVP. Giannis Antetokounmpo and Joel Embiid were the other finalists. I'm Frank Garrity.
DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. You can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code SPORTS for a special offer when you sign up. That's code SPORTS only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Stay connected with your favorite shows on Denver's talk stations.
Sign up for our newsletter email at khal.com/newsletter.
Breaking news, weather, sports, and more from our community. That's khal.com/newsletter.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Hey, it's important that you know about SaferNet. SaferNet is an app you put on your phone or your laptop or your tablet or your computer, and it will absolutely save you from all malware, viruses, and spyware just being there. It just runs in the background and filters all of it out and will not let any of it communicate to the outside world. So ransomware is shut right down. In fact, these places that get hacked for millions of dollars with encrypted files would never happen if they had SaferNet.com. SaferNet.com. It's that simple. You go there and download it. It's safe and effective. You can control where your kids surf and how they surf, or employees, or any geofencing, whatever you want to do. There's 125 controls. SaferNet.com. 713-8255. Now, Amanda has a problem with roofing she wants to talk about. Now, Dawn, we're not done. We're trying to get a hold of that moving company for you. Amanda, you had a roofing issue. What was it? Did you call us earlier?
I did. So you weren't on that day, but we had a warranty claim where over a dozen of my neighbors had successfully submitted a warranty claim for defective shingles.
And it was in a housing community?
Yes. It's just the neighborhood. It's a small neighborhood, though. And they all of a sudden they declined ours. Like 2 weeks.
Was it all from the same? Was it all from the same roofer?
Well, the same shingle manufacturer, Tamco.
Tamco. Now, and are these all new homes in the community?
Yeah, they were all built in 2017.
Okay, so you all had complaints against Tamco, and what happened?
So all of them were being processed, pushed through, everything was good, and then all of a sudden, my neighbor, a really good friend of my neighbor, hers went through no problem. 2 weeks later, we started getting pushback on ours. They changed that you could only go through one roofing company for the inspection and everything, even though the paperwork they originally sent us didn't have that wording. They didn't stop taking phone calls, only emails. They didn't respond very quickly, and then eventually they denied our claim.
Why?
They said that ours wasn't defective, that I think they just got sick of it. They hired new people or something. But they said, yeah, people were walking on your roof. It just causes more.
Right. How old are these roofs? 2017, you said, right? Okay. Okay. Now, and are these asphalt roofs?
Yep.
Okay. Now, we had Jay go and look at them from Excel Roofing.
Yeah, one of his team. Yep.
Okay. Jay Bretz is on. Let's talk about it with excelroofing.com, Excel Roofing. Hey, Jay, what did you guys find?
Tom, how are you today?
Good, thank you.
Good. So we had Dominic go down, and he inspected the roof. And just like Amanda's saying, it's a 5-year-old asphalt shingle, and Tamco is the manufacturer. And I guess on this deal, there's good news and bad news. And that's the good news is the roof's still in really, really good shape. The bad news is we're just not finding enough of the shingle falling apart to say, yeah, she for sure has a claim. And what happens on asphalt shingles, for everybody listening, is that a defective shingle will start to lose the granules. And as more granule loss happens, you can actually see the core of the shingle, the black or the fiberglass on the inside. And these shingles, yeah, they're losing some granules, and they're in the gutters, but it's just not enough, it doesn't look like, for Tamco to pay for this roof.
Okay, but I don't understand. Amanda, did you call, I mean, you didn't all of a sudden one day say, hey, I have a defective roof. So how did that come about?
So our neighbors were getting their roofs redone, and we have a rain barrel, so we get to see a lot of the runoff in the rain barrel in like the spring and summer. There was a ton. And so I talked to my neighbors. They all like Jack Canton Roofing. So I called them. They came out. They took the shingles for us to mail in. They took the pictures. They said, yes, looks like your neighbors. You have a warranty claim.
How did they get a warranty claim, though? How did the shingles go bad?
They said that the glue that they were using at the time of manufacturing with all these shingles was defective.
Who said that?
Jack Canton was the roofer that I talked to who had done other warranty claims. And there was like 3 or 4 in the neighborhood who had taken care of the warranty claims. And he was the one at the time that we were speaking with.
Okay, but, and I'm not saying this happened, but how do we know this roofer wasn't exaggerating to get work?
I mean, yeah, all my neighbors, they sent in like their roof issues, their shingles, just like we did. They had it inspected by the same people. They got the same stories, and they all got new roofs. And it really was odd because 2 weeks after my neighbor got her new shingles, they had to upgrade her because they ran out of the right shingles that they had given to us or to put on originally. it's like they changed everything. And it's like they got new people in who said, no, we're going to cut costs. We're just going to shut it down, right?
Well, they might have been being a little more lenient on the claims and then decided, you know what, there's no reason. There has to be a certain number of tiles losing grains. When it comes to damage, what is that measurement, Jay? Do you know?
So it's going to vary depending upon the age of the shingle. There's going to be a certain amount of granule loss that's acceptable for a shingle over a period of time. And I don't know if that company on the other roofs was just going and finding the absolute worst shingle and sending that in, and somebody at TAMCO was being more lenient, like you said. But on this particular roof that Amanda's got, overall, we're just not seeing enough granule loss.
He's saying the roof is in great shape, Amanda. I think you would be happy for that. I mean, now Excel is not in their pocket. Excel doesn't care.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're good people. I mean, if they say my roof's in great shape, I mean, I have them inspect roofs when I bought houses, and I depend on his opinion. So,
Tom, I wish that I could say, yeah, this roof is trash. She needs a new one, and that they're not doing the correct thing. But it's just not there. So we did talk to Michael Baker. He's the rep over at TAMCO, and he said that you can file a claim on a roof once every 2 years. So our recommendation is to, in 2 years, get up there, pull the worst shingle possible, and file another claim and see what happens.
You know, I appreciate that. It's just we're the second owner, and we're going to sell this house in the next few months, and so the warranty is going to be a non-issue, and I really just worry it's going to come up during inspections. And be an issue.
Why would it come up during inspections if one of the best roofers just gave it a clean bill of health?
If somebody heard that everyone in the neighborhood got new roofs...
So what? I mean, so what? Then tell them to have a roof inspected by a good roofer.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask. So, I mean... Can you get a roof certification?
Yes, you can. You can. If you pay for it, you'll get it. And listen, here's the deal. You know, you don't even have to worry about that unless it comes up. You can honestly say you don't have anything wrong with your roof.
Yeah, they said it was like 20% granule loss, which seems higher to me for, you know, the warranty. But
why does that seem higher? What are you used to in granule loss in your experience?
I don't have a
That's what I'm getting at. Why does 20% seem high to you then? That's the part I'm trying to get at. Other than your neighbors, why? Yeah. What other than your neighbors having roofs? What about your roof made you think you needed a new one? Did you have leaks?
No, we just saw the runoff in the downspout a lot.
What runoff? You mean the granules?
Yeah.
Jay, what is she talking about?
Well, she's got a rain barrel that's catching all the water at the bottom of the downspout, and those gutters are catching all the sand or the granules that's coming off of those shingles. But, Amanda, I think that if the roof should come up during the home transaction, all you need to do is say, you know what, we had this roof tested by the manufacturer, and the manufacturer assures us that it's within the tolerance levels of granule loss, and there's nothing wrong with it. And because that is what they have said.
I mean, you wouldn't be misrepresenting it. You really wouldn't be. And again, you know, Jay would love nothing more than to say, hey, you know, let's see if we can get it replaced. We'll do the job. But he's saying it doesn't.
You're right about that, Tom. Yeah. I would love to say that.
Yeah, and
I appreciate it. It just felt so jerked around by this company, just the way they changed everything. And
I think what
really
they did, you want to know the truth? I think that they found... This is my gut. They found someone in there being loosey-goosey with a roofer, and they thought something was going on. That's what happened. You want to know what I'm reading between the lines, Amanda? That's what I'm reading.
Okay.
There was a little
code. I'm suggesting, Tom, it's possible to go up on a roof and look for the absolute worst shingle and send that in for the testing. They based the entire warranty of the whole roof off the shingle that's sent in. So maybe those shingles that were sent in from the neighbors' houses were really bad. But basically, what we're seeing on Amanda's roof is just not bad enough for us to call TAMCO and say, you know what, we need to meet out here, and we're going to show you how bad this roof is. It's just not there.
Man, I appreciate it, Jay. Excel Roofing, 303-761-6400. Honest to goodness, we really do appreciate that. Okay, we have time for other calls, 303-713-TALK. We're going to go back to Dawn with this moving company to see what we can find out, and if we can get a message into them to let them know we are going to follow this through.
Did you actually talk to him?
Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan
Kelly, call
in the afternoon, 6:30, KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
No delay on either side of I-25 now between the Boulder.
I'm going to have to do a commercial.
Thank you for your call. Good if you're traveling further south towards Castle Rock as well. Now back in the heart of the city, things look good downtown. I-70 checking clear. No reported delay now between 225 and the Golden area. Your drive on 6th Avenue, good through Lakewood. There is a crash in Highlands Ranch. It's Highlands Ranch Parkway west of Lucent. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, sunny, breezy, 79 for the high today. Tonight, so
You know, everyone talks about the cases, but they don't talk about how serious they are. Not one word about how serious they are. Not one for the COVID.
I'm Chris McLaughlin, 6:30.
The BA3, BA4, they're looking at BA5.
To attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. I love saying that because Frank Duran truly is the real estate man. If you ever watch him in action, he's a master negotiator. If you ever want to use him on your side to go out and find a place to buy, that's a favor. And he's done it. He knows how to bracket offers and make offers so they stand out. And Frank Duran will never hold you to a long-term contract, whether you're looking to buy or sell. He wants you to be happy and pleased every day. And you know what? No one cancels because they love him. You will too. And you can also do a free market analysis of your home. Just give him a call. Frank Duran with RE/MAX Alliance and Team Duran with RE/MAX Alliance for buying and selling real estate. 303-920-1622.
It may be worth looking at your home. It's true. Mortgage rates are still very competitive.
Now hepatitis breakout with children.
They don't know why. That's weird.
Just call American Financing, Colorado's home to home loans. Hey, it's Michael Brown here, and I like American Financing because their custom loans can achieve your goals faster. After all, there's more to a refinance.
And you read about those people who died in the Bahamas?
Yeah, I saw that up there.
What was it about?
3 people were found dead in a Sandals resort. And one woman she was in critical condition, but now she's been transferred to a hospital in Florida, and she's going to do okay. But they haven't released any information about what they don't believe it's foul play, but they don't know what caused it. They haven't given any information about the cause of death so far. But apparently 3 of those people went to a clinic the day before. So maybe they were given some kind of weird wrong medication.
You're not required to pay it
That's
all
probably
back
what
because there
seems
is
to be
special
what might have
program
happened.
now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe if you qualify. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. These programs
Which is strange because the Bahamas are not like Mexico.
exist to aid American consumers struggling with overwhelming credit card debt by offering
It's what?
tremendous savings and
I said the Bahamas are not like Mexico. I mean,
debt relief
it's
has established a
it's
special hotline for you to
first
call
world
and learn
condition.
savings you qualify for.
Better you
They've
can
helped qualify
Oh,
consumers
yeah.
with over $1 billion in debt. And
Plus there's no language barrier because they're
business
English.
So don't wait. Get the relief you need during these hard economic times. For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now. Call 800-885-7788. 800-885-7788.
We went diving once in the Bahamas
That's
and have a cliff dive. It's just, the water was so clear that you're going along looking at the reef, and before we knew it, we're down at 100 feet, which is,
303-764.
you really have to be careful because then you got to go decompress. So, I mean, it's just a pain, because as long as you realize it, you go up and you decompress, you go up and decompress. That's why, most dogs will tell you, it's much more fun to stay 40 or 50 feet for an hour and a half or an hour than it is to go down to 100 feet for 10 to 15 minutes.
Because all the fish are, all the
All the light is above 50 feet. That's what we there's a famous wreck in the BVIs. Everybody goes down 120 feet. So you go down there, you go around for 10 minutes, and then you spend the next hour decompressing. It's just
Why you have to stop every how many feet?
Oh, it depends on how long you've been down there. But there are tables for that. But you got to, you don't want to get the bends. So you have to follow the protocol really carefully.
How long you have to stay at each place? Like
it depends on how long you've been down.
Just look at my dive computer.
Yeah.
It'll tell you. You got to stay 50 feet for this amount.
The last time I went for a refresher course, I was the only one that had a wheel. They give you these wheels that you can figure out. Everybody else had dive computers, so they just pressed the button. I was, figuring the dive tables, doing it manually.
Underwater.
What?
Are they read underwater?
Well, no, the dive computers can't, but usually before you go on a dive, you do a dive profile. Say, all right, I'm going to go to 15 feet to X number of minutes. So it's all done on computers. But I just had an old paper wheel on me.
Like the old days of flying, you had those. I don't know. I took aeronautics in high school. It was a fun class. This professor or our teacher, aeronautics. I mean, it was a flight class.
Unsatisfying jobs because
Teach you this stuff.
And you're talking about
there may be something else you could do for aeronautics. Something to say.
Not aeronautics.
Start a podcast with Spreaker from iHeart. And
this was back in the 70s.
Maybe even learn enough.
Like how to plan. Get the map out
for flying.
For flying, yeah.
Aeronautics.
Yeah, aeronautics.
And
they had computers.
Yeah,
not high school.
It was a hand slide. It's
Yeah.
called E6B.
Oh, okay.
They called it a computer. It was a hand slide.
Yeah.
Slide rule.
Right, exactly.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Tony, go ahead. What's going on, Tony? Tony.
Yeah, hey.
What's happening?
Nothing really. There was a topic of conversation. Me and some people were talking about the Roe versus Wade issue that's going on right now.
Yes.
And some things one thing in particular was brought up, and nobody really knew how to answer it. So just kind
what
of
was it?
What your thoughts were was a lot of women out there throwing around the term abortion loosely, saying it's my body, my choice. I'll do what I want. But at what point does let's say there's a father involved? Because obviously there has to be a man and a woman in order to conceive a child. If there's a father out there, or soon to be father, that wants rights to his unborn child.
I don't, Tony, I don't rightly know. I'll bet you if you search court precedents, there have probably been fathers who have fought that battle. I don't know how it came out. They probably lost because the way the law is set up now, there was no, the infants were not infants, but the fetuses were not given rights. Therefore, I don't see the father being given a right, but I don't know, actually. I actually don't know if there were ever, I wonder if there's...
At what point?
Well, have you looked up? I'm looking up. Was there a court precedent? You can really look it up. A court precedent for fathers suing expectant moms. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that would be in court precedent to prevent abortion. I don't know.
As far as I know, the answer is no.
Well, you don't think it's ever happened?
No.
It says here...
Not until a child is born.
Father's rights. Here's what it says in FIND law. It says there are discussions on the rights of a mother or unborn child, but what about, it says there have been efforts to elevate fathers' rights in abortion decisions through notice and requirements and all that. Expectant fathers, so-and-so, let's see, what does it say? If a man's pregnant partner seeks to have an abortion, the father's consent is not legally required, nor do they have legal standing, because it's not considered his baby yet. See, that's why a woman may choose to terminate against a biological father's objections. And that has been, by the way, the Supreme Court found laws requiring the spouse's consent for an abortion to be unconstitutional. So the Supreme Court, now again, this is a new court, but the court has previously ruled against the father, biological father, having rights to consent.
Yeah, and I know it's a highly controversial topic, especially in an instance like this, but on one hand, I mean, who's to say that, the guy, the man that wants to be,
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but to answer your question though, Planned Parenthood v. Danforth was the case where a father, biological father, wanted to impose his right, and it was found to be unconstitutional, that he did not have the right to do that. That's according to, I'm just saying, and then the Supreme Court also addressed the issue in Planned Parenthood versus Casey, or v. Casey, and found that such a law was unconstitutional again. Most women discuss abortion with their partners, but they do not have to have their consent.
Do you think at any time that's something that could ever be overturned?
Well, listen, no one thought Roe v. Wade would be overturned, and it hasn't been overturned. I can see, and by the way, I haven't talked about this on the show because it's more political than it is anything else. But as long as we're talking about it, Roe v. Wade is not going to make, if they overturn it, it will not make abortions illegal on a federal. It's not a law. It's not going to make it illegal. It's what the Supreme Court is saying. We do not. What that decision seemed to be saying is that this may not be a guaranteed federal right or covered by our rights, our constitutional rights. That's not to say that they're just saying that they're trying to define it in a very limited way.
It's rights issue.
They're saying, yes, that's right. They're saying they can't. What they seem to be saying is they can't use the Constitution to uphold this absolute right. But they're not saying it should be wrong. Not one of them has said it should be illegal. That from that decision, what they're saying is the states should have rights to decide that. Now, of course, people who are pro-choice want the women to be the ones without restraint from states, so that's why they're arguing it. But it is getting a little haywire. The Supreme Court's not in favor or opposed to it. They're just saying it's not a constitutional issue, and they're throwing it back to the states. Originally, and it depends on who you believe, when it comes to states versus a central government, there were two schools of thought when our country was being formed. One school of thought wanted a strong central government. They believed things should come from the top down. Like, who was a strict Federalist?
I think Hamilton was a Federalist, and Jefferson was for states' rights.
It wasn't just the other way around? Okay, no, it wasn't. You're right. Now, then there are those who believed that it should come from the bottom up. The states should decide. Now, here's the reasoning. I am not telling you my opinion, nor am I saying it's right or wrong. Because you want to know the truth, I don't think I have a right to speak on abortion. I don't think I have a right. Now, here's what I'm saying about the states' rights, though. Originally, many people actually meant it to be this way, that there would be some states you may not want to live in. And you would have the choice to live in states that you do want to live in based on your life and your choices. Seriously. And that's what this country seems to be heading toward. You have states where some people wouldn't be caught dead. You have other states people are flocking to. There are some people blaming high crime on certain politics, other people crediting low crime for other politics. There are some people saying this state's more liberal, I want to live here, I want to live under this rule. Others are saying I don't. But not everything boils down to a constitutional right. Constitutional rights are actually enumerated.
And
they're very specific.
Part of the problem is that in the Constitution, it says that specific powers not granted to the not enumerated.
That's right.
Left to the state.
Exactly. And it was done like that on purpose. And believe it or not, even though we call ourselves the United States of America, the most part about the United was for defense and money, you know, having a fiat system, right?
And a big thing was interstate commerce.
Right.
So there wouldn't be
it was
differences between the states,
right, to regulate commerce and the dollar. But actually, it was never meant to make all states the same. In fact, quite the opposite. The people who came from Britain and around and immigrated to the United States did not want a dictator. They did not want executive orders. They did not want a president to be king. They wanted their country and their territories to reflect their principles and their rights. That's what this whole issue comes down to, is that, okay, you want to live like that? Live in California. You want to live like that? Live in Florida. You want to live like that? Live in New York. You want to live like that? Live in Colorado. That's really what it was meant to be.
And Tom, a lot of people think that the Common Good Clause in the 16th Amendment is what perverted everything.
No.
That the federal government has taken that clause and just expanded it further.
People get too far afoot. I mean, honest to God, it was meant to be. That's why Mormons went and established an area. They
Scientologists believe that there was a galactic lord 75 million years ago named Xenu, who, because of, this is so absurd, because of overpopulation, he tricked people into coming to his office by telling them that he was examining their tax records. And once they came in, he flew them in planes into volcanoes and dropped them into volcanoes and then dropped H-bombs on top of them, and the spirits of them were released as engrams, which then found their way into people's bodies. And what Scientology does is try and get rid of the engrams, or those spirits that are in your body, and that's called going clear when you get rid of them. I mean, it's so absurd.
Rocky Mountain IV medics, those are people that'll come to your house, to your office, they'll meet you at a park. They will do, wherever it's legal, there's IV therapy, hydration therapy. What I mean is they'll meet you wherever you're allowed to, right? Now, here's the deal. They're portable, and they come to you under a doctor's supervision, medical professionals, EMTs, paramedics, nurses. And it doesn't cost you any more than a hydration bar, so why not have it at your convenience? I do it every 3 weeks. RockyMountainIVMedics.com. You can call or text. They're dispersed like rideshare. So You get one same hour. RockyMountainIVMedics.com, 720-987-2155, 720-987-2155. Blake Harris Law is an estate planning attorney that I advise you to get a consultation with. He can go over your estate plan, or if you don't have one, talk about it. He'll answer your questions free of charge. 833-ASK-BLAKE. And he won't charge you for the answers. He's only going to charge you flat rates for what he does for you. Take advantage of someone we know and trust. That's 833-ASK-BLAKE.
So many people have
told me this, L. Ron Hubbard, who was this.
I've heard that. I didn't hear quite the detail, but I've heard that.
But also, when he formed Scientology, all of this stuff was based on the technology of the time, with B-52 bombers flying hydrogen bombs into volcanoes. I mean, he wasn't thinking about what would happen in the future.
But Xenu was what? What was
Xenu? Was a galactic.
Was he attached?
He was a galactic warlord who ruled over the.
But he told people they were coming to do their taxes.
The tax audits. And when they came in, he put them in these planes and flew them to Earth and dropped their bodies into volcanoes. True story. I mean, this is the fantasy of Scientology.
Because of overpopulation. Right. That sounds like Thanos in the Marvel universe. You know that? No, seriously. Except he did it with a.
But Scientology believes this shit. It's unbelievable.
Do you want me to get rid of Dawn? I have her installed. I don't want her to hold. She's on hold for like an hour and a half. We tried to call Frank. I left two messages. Yes.
Okay, let's tell her that we'll get back to her.
So you
that we're trying to get in touch with her.
You tried to call Frank?
Tell her that.
We left him two messages. Well, they only give you like 15 seconds to leave a message, so you have to like totally speak talking like this.
How would you recognize them? Would you know this 15-year-old boy who got his first job? That's respected. To help feed his little sisters? Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Why?
See, people are saying that the unemployment rate, they're pointing to that as a healthy economy. It's just
Peak
the opposite.
performance is the smartest solution in the universe
employment rate for the
dealing with
country
erectile
is 6%.
dysfunction, or ED. So,
It keeps
we
things
hired
in
an equally
balance.
smart guy who knows a thing or
And
two about the universe to
When you
explain
have
our
too
treatment.
low of employment,
Astrophysicist.
inflation is an absolute, you cannot
I'm an
stop
astrophysicist.
inflation.
What makes peak performance
That's right.
the smartest solution is that it uses a revolutionary process
they have less
linear
supply.
compression therapy.
These short, comfortable treatments
Less supply of not just employees, but less supply of the products. Less employees. Right.
For over 80%
That's right.
of men.
So all of the factors
Very smart.
that
Call
feed
Peak Performance
inflation
today at
come from low unemployment.
1-800-210-8181 for a free blood flow
Because there's
evaluation.
no
That's
way you can compete for employees.
1-800-210-8181. Call 1-800-210-8181 or
So
visit
there's no way
peakperformanceformen.com.
you can
Peak
pay
Performance,
workers
man
more
at his peak.
Without raising prices.
Denver's talk station wants to put a
I wish, one thing I didn't do, I never took an economics course. Really? Macroeconomics.
to win a grand. Listen for the keyword at 5 past the hour.
Thank you so much. I'm surprised because you know what I majored in college? Or intro. Every intro course I had to offer. It was usually the easiest.
Yeah, just give you a broad overview.
Exactly.
They're offering Benjamin Moore color samples at half price.
Well, liberal arts is not liberal smarts, that's for sure.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Santos, what's going on with you, Santos?
His ex or his bitch.
Santos.
Yes.
What's happening, man?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm getting these, you can't trust nobody anymore around this place.
What's going on? You can't trust him. You're talking about your 98 Chevy pickup. What's the problem, man?
Well, the thing is I call one of these, they're private whatever mechanics that there's. I guess he portrays that he's better than towing service. But anyway, I called him out to come pick. I'm broke down the highway 15 miles out of town. At least either tow me or whatever.
Okay, so was this a mobile mechanic service?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I
okay. But, what's the name of the place?
He just goes by David. David. That's all they know him by.
Okay.
I really don't even know the guy, but I've spoke with him 3 times.
How did you find David?
Through another knucklehead that.
All right. So wait, does David have your pickup truck now?
No.
All right. Hold on, and I'll come right back to you. All right, Santos, hang on. Pat will come to you as well about Cottonwood Villas.
From the host of the hit true crime podcast, Dr. Death at Bad Batch, comes a brand new, unbelievable story.
In some ways, I feel sorry for people like Santos, who he can't form an idea and articulate. Right?
Sarah Galashman told people she had leukemia or muscular dystrophy, even Ebola. She knew enough to be convincing, but it was all a lie.
Listen to Sympathy Pains on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hurting your neck or back, a serious hit to your happiness and way of life. Pain relief doesn't have to mean an endless cycle of medication and doctor visits. Spine One's effective, minimally invasive treatments for back, neck, and joint pain have helped Colorado live pain-free for more than 20 years. And with same-day appointments at Spine One, you can get the help you need today. If you're ready to get your life back from back pain, call Spine One today. 303-367-BACK or go online at spineone.com.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station. It's Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter. Mornings at 10. Streaming live on our free iHeartRadio app and at khow.com.
ABC News, I'm Alex Perez. At the White House, President Biden and Vice President Harris introducing the administration's plan to lower internet costs for American households.
High-speed internet is not a luxury any longer. It's a necessity.
The goal of the Affordable Connectivity Program to save millions of Americans up to $30 per month on their internet bill. While many Americans have been trying to get back to normal, COVID-19 has not gone away, and this week the U.S. is expected to surpass 1 million COVID deaths. Today, Russia celebrated its annual Victory Day, marking the defeat of Nazi Germany in World War II. During a military parade in Red Square, Vladimir Putin called his invasion of Ukraine a preemptive move to ward off Western aggression. In Jackson County, Texas, 64 people, many of them undocumented, detained after an 18-wheeler was found abandoned on the road on Friday. At least 7 were treated for severe dehydration. This is ABC News. Queen Elizabeth will not be opening the British Parliament tomorrow. Buckingham Palace saying she continues to experience intermittent mobility problems. The 96-year-old monarch has missed the opening only twice before, when she was pregnant with Andrew and Edward. Rallying today outside FDA headquarters in Maryland, parents who say they've waited too long for a COVID vaccine for children younger than 5. Amanda McCulloch has lost 1 child to coronavirus.
When we talk about when vaccines will be available, parents have been strung along month after month after month, waiting and waiting for more updates and information. And now we're all starting to look down the summer towards school in the fall.
More than 450 young children have died from COVID since the pandemic began. Celebrity chef Joe Vitale choosing to have a judge render a verdict in his sexual misconduct trial in Boston. Vitale has pleaded not guilty to a charge of indecent assault and battery. It's linked to allegations he forcibly kissed and groped a woman in 2017. Alex Perez, ABC News.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by Happy.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
someone that's forever on my mind. Only super liquid and I'm cleaning. Charmin's got my booty believing.
Charmin Super Mega Roll is 6 regular rolls in one. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Have you been watching Winning? The story about the Lakers?
No.
Really
Is it really good?
University of Denver professor Dr. Kim Gorgon says during the pandemic, people became accustomed to being invisible, which in some cases made people feel more emboldened, especially with crimes. She tells Fox 31 as people hear about
Did you watch the end of Ozark?
it can create
Did you like that?
The risk
I thought the ending was great.
is for the general population to hear stories like this and be so frightened that it changes their behavior.
She says mental health issues increased dramatically during the pandemic. Colorado gas prices on the rise. According to AAA, Colorado's average gas price now $4.05 a gallon. That is up 3 cents from a week ago, and it's 10 cents higher than it was a month ago. Compared to a year ago at this time, Colorado gas prices are $1.04 a gallon higher. Nugget center Nikola Jokic will win back-to-back league MVP awards, according to ESPN. The official announcement is expected later this week. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag.
Nice and quiet right now on the drive around the metro area. All the highways good shape, both I-25 and I-70, pretty wide open through town. Just a bit of the usual volume slowing on 270 through Commerce City. Off the freeway, southbound Tower is back open between 88th and 81st after being closed because of a rollover accident. So you shouldn't have any problem getting wherever you might be headed. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, plenty of sunshine and windy at times this afternoon. High right around 80 will cool off to the low 40s overnight tonight. Mostly
I can
sunny
see
and
why
breezy
people
tomorrow for
in
your
severe
Tuesday,
pain,
high in the upper 70s.
if
It's
they lose
66
their
right
will.
now in Denver.
Oh,
For
yeah.
Impact Traffic and weather, I'm Jenny Moreau, 630 KL.
Wendy's Biggie Bag is still just $5. Get a double stack junior bacon cheeseburger or crispy chicken BLT plus 4-piece nugs, small fries, and a small drink. Grab your bag at Wendy's today. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Let's talk about American Restoration, and I hope that name
Bombs a
gets
school
seared
shelter.
into your brain.
What?
Why? Because
Bombs a school shelter in Ukraine.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's
mold, maybe even a crime or unattended death or meth lab or whatever it is, or asbestos.
The problem
You
is,
need
even if they
people
commit
with
war
proper
crimes, how are they ever going to bring
and
Putin
asbestos certified.
to justice?
People who can remediate flood damage.
Think about it.
Safe removal and remediation of mold and toxic substances, the latest in technology and equipment, more than 20 years of experience. They will deal
Isn't
with
it
all
funny when
these
someone calls with a
companies.
wound problem?
They're proud
You know
to
it's
set
all
up.
right.
I know Rock.
I just smile.
American
I know where that call's going now.
The number
And
8337.
it's not that I like it.
Rest.
But it's universal.
8337 AMRES.
But there's probably nothing illegal about signing a contract to a second year.
Go with the best.
No, probably.
AMRES 247.
Probably not.
It's unethical, but I guarantee it's not
Well, it's
illegal.
not even unethical if they disclose it.
Well, to charge $1,800 to refer you to another mover, you don't think that's unethical?
Well, and what's unethical is they make a binding price that they can't stick to.
But also charging $1,800 just to give you the name of a moving company.
Well, okay, but
$1,000 in your
I
hand.
know.
Denver's Talk Station has your chance to win $1,000.
Man, I found the best auto movers when I moved my car. Holy shit.
That's
They
fun.
were on
They weren't out of California. I mean, out of Florida.
God, they were on top of it. I had a couple in Florida I avoided like the plague.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on 630 KHAL.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. If you suffer from pain, inflammation, even anxiety, CBD products have been known to help, and realcbdthatworks.com will get you to Panacea Life out of Golden. realcbdthatworks.com. Use Tom in the promo code and get 30% off. Wonderful products I've been representing for years, and people have sent me all kinds of great reviews. Now, We have a number of problems going on in the background we're working on, including another moving ripoff. But let's go back to Santos. He's upset. He was having problems with his 98 Chevy pickup, and he called a mobile mechanic. All he knows him by is David. What happened, Santos? When did you call this mobile mechanic? How long ago?
Oh, actually, just a couple of days ago.
Okay, and what did he do, or how did he hurt you, or what did he do wrong?
Well, he just straight up just lied. I mean,
what did he say? How did he lie?
He says, oh yeah, I'll be right there, you know, and how far are you out? And I said 15 miles. He goes, oh yeah, I can do this and do that. Well, an hour and a half later, nothing.
So did he ever show up?
Nope.
Okay, so
no,
you never hired the guy.
No.
So are you calling to let us know that the guy can't be depended on?
Exactly. I want him just to be known here in the community.
What did you need him to do?
Just pretty much just look at the, and I'm pretty sure it was an alternator that went out because I just replaced the battery.
Where's your truck now, bro? Where's your truck now?
I actually had to call my niece. And I called her, and she came out and picked us up, drove us back in town. I jumped in my other car, drove back out to the pickup, took the alternator off. I continued to Cheyenne Wells, Colorado, went to Napa, purchased an alternator, come back, put it on, fired the pickup up, and went right back. And actually, probably a good thing that the mechanic shop was closed. But
hey, if we want to warn people about this mobile mechanic named David, how the hell do we warn them? We don't know his name or anything. How did you find him?
All through another Hispanic individual, you know, they're, of course, and it was just by name, you know.
So there's no way to warn people about it, though. This guy David, you don't have his last name?
No, actually, that's what I was trying to see if I could get that. That way you can put him out there.
Do you have his phone number?
Find out. You bet.
But see, you know what? Not showing up is better than showing up and ripping you off.
Yeah, one or the other, for sure.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? At least the guy didn't show up, so you know. But did you ever find out why he didn't show up? Did you ever call him back?
No. He just actually, you know, the guy that I'm trying to call now, you know, I can hear him over the phone. He goes, "Oh, Martin." His name is Martin, but he's Martin. Just come, you know, he just walked in my shop, and he's actually asking Martin, "Hey, why don't you go get Santos and drag him back?" You know, he broke down the highway, and why don't you just drag his ass back? Is how he said it. You know, and I'm like, oh, my God, really?
If you get it, listen. If you can get a phone number for this guy or something, we don't mind warning people about him. But at least you didn't get ripped off. That's the good part. Holy crap! Can you imagine if he would have shown up? He could have taken your truck somewhere, and you wouldn't have seen it again. Maybe. Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of random people out there, Santos, right now. A lot of bad people. That's why this show's on every single day. Hey, Pat.
Yes.
What's happening with you, Pat?
Well, I live in Cottonwood Villas in Westminster.
Okay.
And I don't know if there's anything you can even do about the HOAs and management companies.
Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes we actually have exposed them, but it depends on what the issue is. So what's the issue?
Well, the issue is our payments have gone up so high on the HOA that we just got them raised again. They just raised them during the pandemic, and they raised them again. Now
how much are you paying a month?
Almost $400 a month.
Gosh, that's not a lot by today's HOA fees. How many units are in that development?
My God, I don't know. It's big. It's huge. It's on off 120th on Melody Drive.
You know, I mean, I'm not trying to tell you that it's a walk in the park. I mean, 400's 400, and on top of mortgage and taxes and all of that, what do you get? What do you get for that?
Well, that's the problem as well. I know these are older places, and I know the plumbing and things like that go bad. We've had leaks constantly.
Okay,
and
so they handle all the common areas, right?
Yes, that's the problem, though, is they supposedly took out a $2 million loan around a year ago for landscaping. Our sprinklers don't work. The lights, the globes are blown off them, and they just leave them with the light bulbs showing. They don't do any landscaping. They have them come and mow the lawn.
Wait, but you said they just took out a loan for all that.
Yes, but they didn't do anything.
Well, do they have monthly meetings, the HOA?
Well, they used to. That was another thing. Most people didn't want to go because they are really rude to you and you really don't get to say anything. But now they don't even do that. There's some way you can do it over I don't know if it's over the phone or the computer.
It's probably Zoom, right? They probably have Zoom meetings now.
Maybe, yeah. And it's just that we don't know anything that's going on. They just seem to. They send out now and then a statement, but it's just a statement typed up. It's not real invoices or anything on what they do. And the last time they mowed the lawn, they left all the stuff in the middle of the lawns. I have to rake it up myself and everything, and it's a mess. I won't let anyone come here. I'm so embarrassed.
Pat,
we've lived here a long time.
Pat, when people have a beef with their HOA, there's really only one thing that is successful, and that is to get other people who feel the same way together.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Tried that. One man tried that, and he was doing pretty well, and then we don't know what happened. It just kind of went by the wayside.
What do you mean? What was he trying to do? What was he trying to do?
He was trying to change everything and change our management company is horrible. I don't even think they have an address. They just have a box number. And they're really rude to everybody. Everybody says that. Nobody wants to call about anything.
That's terrible. It seems to me, do you own there or do you rent?
We own.
It seems to me that you would have a vested interest in getting a few people together and looking at your bylaws and figuring out what you can do to get some people on the board.
I don't understand it. And the last people on the board, I was told the accountant and the treasurer, she was the president, moved out of the country, but they still stayed on the board.
They
don't live in this country anymore. They moved to Spain or somewhere.
Wait, but do they still own the unit?
I'm assuming they own more than one, probably. It's really hard, to find things out. I know how hard it is with HOAs and management, trust me, but...
Well, hold on, because sometimes HOAs specifically are designed to try to keep you in the dark so they can maintain their power.
Right. I know that's true.
So what I'm telling you is the way to get around that is to get the bylaws, which were given to you when you closed on your property, or you can ask for a copy. And
I think I have those.
And in the bylaws, in fact, if you could get them to us, you should, I wish you had them scanned so you could email them to us, but we have people who can help you interpret those bylaws. In every set of bylaws is a way for you to seize power.
Okay.
And there's a way to run for office. There's a way to recall officers. There's a way to do it the right way. Listen, a lot of people start out thinking, there's nothing I can do. But what you don't realize is there might be 100 other people thinking exactly the way you do, and you guys get together, and there's strong power in that, and you can make changes because it's a
proxy, right?
Right. Or you want to go out and see how many people feel like you do, and if you can get their proxy, meaning their vote, that they let you vote for them if you want to be the one or get someone else, like that other guy was trying to do. And you guys, you're free to meet and have a meeting and do a coup. I mean, that's what you need. There has to be strength in numbers. If just
you know what the problem is, though, is that there's more renters in here than owners, and the renters come and go so fast.
That's right. That's another challenge. You're right, because people won't care. If that's the case, you're going to have an uphill battle. You have to somehow get the owners' names. And you know what? It's really hard, but this is what you have to do, unfortunately. You have to knock on doors with a clipboard, and you have to say, if they're a renter, who's your landlord? How do I contact them? And you have to do it step by step. And you have to get a quorum together. You have to get enough people that feel the same way that you can make an impact on a nomination or a motion to bring an election or whatever the bylaws call for. we have Stan the HOA man, and it's ColoradoHOAForum.com. He would be happy to have someone interpret those bylaws for you, or we could get someone if you could get us a copy of them. We'll be happy to help you. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Don't forget Garage Magic. For the magic in your garage, make it beautiful. I have it in my hangar, in my garage. I love my sidewalks done that way. They're polyaspartic coatings. They look beautiful, an assortment of colors. Garage Magic uses all employees a lifetime warranty. They serve the entire Front Range. GarageMagic.com. 720-600-HOME.
A woman chronicles her fairy tale romance gone horribly wrong. When her seemingly perfect husband's secret life is uncovered, it destroys her marriage, shakes their community, and ultimately sends him to prison.
Going through Facebook emails, Snapchat, whatever I could get my hands on, just a punch in the gut every single time.
Listen to Betrayal on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Uncle Kevin Calkin. Man, I've been calling him Uncle for so many years. It's really like a joke because he treats his customers like family, so I call him Uncle Kevin. But truly, Sheridan Auto Tech is no joke. They do wonderful maintenance and repairs, including electrical maintenance and repairs. No repair too heavy or too light. And they have convenience in locations on Colfax and Lakewood, just west of Wadsworth, on Havana, and Aurora, just south of 6th Avenue. Plus, they have longevity, honesty, experience, knowledge, and value. You don't ask for more, do you? Call them for your auto maintenance. 303-455-7242. 303-455-7242. How many times do you hear real estate problems on this show? And you wonder, why didn't they use a real estate attorney? Because no one thinks about it usually, but you should. Deputy Doc, he's using O'Brien Legal Services to look over his documents on a purchase. And you should use, even if you don't have them come to closing, you should let them look at your documents, especially if you're negotiating to buy something that maybe is owner finance, or you're buying with someone that you are not married to, and you need a partnership agreement, whatever it is dealing with real estate, or adverse possession, lot line problems, conflicts, easements. O'Brien Legal Services, Brad O'Brien and his team are there for you. OLSlaw.com. Free initial consultations. OLSlaw.com. 720-370-7388.
If you're a business owner, whether it's brick and mortar or online, and you have credit cards, I really want you to check out RockyMountainCreditCard.com. This local-based company has been providing POS and credit card options for almost 2 decades and can probably save you money and give you new options for accepting credit cards from your customers. Check out RockyMountainCreditCard.com and click on the Michael Brown special so you can get free equipment, no late fees, and save a bunch of money. Improve your bottom line. Visit Rocky Mountain Credit Card.
Annuities can help you or hurt you. Shouldn't you find out what annuities are best for you? Call for your complimentary annuity review at 866-901-2255 and join Al Martinez for the Retirement and Income Radio Show on Sundays at 7 a.m. and 3 p.m.
I should have had done right to it. Don't be that person that says this after having budget. Hi folks, Dan Shakini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy. In particular, just like you. 800-362-8266.
Imagine selling your home and getting paid once. How that even possible? To sell your home, get paid twice.
Mr. Santos has a legal question for you. That is not part of the whole car thing, but I did get the repair number. I have that, so I don't know. Do you want me to try to get him on the phone?
Yeah, and ask him why he doesn't show up. This guy was really pissed. I would, if you could. It would be fun. If not,
okay.
Yeah. What the hell?
That bears repeating. When your old home sells for more than Orchard paid for, you get paid again. And that happens 99% of the time with Orchard. Look, in this hot Denver market where there's so many home buying companies trying to lowball you, only Orchard pays you the upside when your old home sells for more. Want to get paid twice when you sell your home? I know I would. Learn how and get a free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard, ZipRecruiter.com.
Chances are you're jamming in your car right now. And since Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need, Limu and I are going to show you some safe car dance moves. Hit it. Everybody, check your blind spots real quick. Now hands on the wheel. Put them 10 and 2 and move your head like a bird do. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Sinking concrete? Go with the company that has 30 years of Colorado experience. I'm Brian with Advanced Mud Jacking. We use cement, nothing toxic. Call me. I'll evaluate your problem and provide a fair competitive bid at 303-424-9441. AdvancedMudJacking@yahoo.com. Fairway Auto Service invites you to experience honest auto repair and service. Trust the technicians that will provide you with exceptional customer satisfaction. They offer the best auto service repair and quality for your car. For more info, go to fairwayautoservice.com.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Warm and windy for your Monday. We're talking temperatures in the upper 70s with wind right around 25 miles per hour. Decreasing clouds throughout the day with unfortunately high fire danger. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burrs.
DQ presents, picture this. You stand before the new signature stack burger menu at DQ. 5 cheeseburgers with 100% real seasoned beef, like the loaded A1 stack burger. And your mouth wonders, where have you been all my life? DQ. Happy tastes good.
Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Silverleaf Mortgage. You know, there was a guy, or is a guy, 65 years old. His name is Terry. He worked for law enforcement more than 20 years. He was rear-ended in an accident, disabled, could not work for 13 years. He had a part-time job with Home Depot. He was hit in the mouth by a lumber truck being loaded. He lost 10 teeth, broke off at the gums. He was disabled from an earlier career and then or from an accident. Then this one caused him severe dental problems. He was home alone, in dire straits, not working, losing his home. Silverleaf Mortgage got involved and got him enough equity to get him out of the doldrums, to be vibrant once again. And now Silverleaf Mortgage is trying to help him find a dental provider, which we're going to help with, to find dentures or implants and get his life back. See, equity does nothing sitting there. This guy would have just sat there and died and left that equity to someone. Now it's working for him. He'll never lose his home if he just pays taxes and insurance, and he'll never be upside down in the home. Silverleaf Mortgage, they go the extra mile. 720-REVERSE. 720-REVERSE. Okay. Now, Mike has a question about service on a heated bathroom floor or something. Go ahead, Mike. What's happening?
Hey, Tom. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I have a bathroom floor that is heated. It's heated electrically. It's a mat that was laid under the stone that was installed years ago. It works great. It has a thermostat on the wall.
I have one. I love it.
This one is New Heat, Nuheat.
I think that's what I have. Actually, I really do. I'm looking at when I look at the thermostat, I have a picture of it here. Okay, so what about it? I think that's what I have, actually.
I'd like to update the thermostat on it to a newer one, and I don't know who services them or would do that. That's quality and is.
What do you need? Tell me what kind of thermostat you have on it now.
It's a model FTGF.
I mean, what does it do? What does it not do, or why do you want to change it out? Is what I'm asking.
Okay, it only allows you to lower the temperature in the floor to 65 degrees. So that's as low as it goes. And in the summer, I'd like to drop it down into little or nothing.
Well, no, you can. Okay, I know it. I do have that, by the way. You can just turn it off. It has an on and off switch.
No, you can't turn this one off.
Okay.
This one is this one is an early one.
I know. There's no on and off switch.
Right. You have to. I've been told you have to just unwire it.
No. There's a long press on the top left button. Listen, I want to make sure. Listen, I have that, but I don't know if I have the same thermostat. Take a picture of your thermostat and send it to her. We'll find somebody who can work on it.
How hard would it be for an electrician just to wire an on-off switch on the thermostat?
You could do that too. You could literally have a main switch.
Yeah.
But hold on a sec. If you take a picture of your thermostat,
sure,
and then give it to Kelly, he'll tell you where to send it. What we can do is find one of our experts. I'm sure one of our HVAC people will know what to do.
That would be delightful. I'd rather than get in and have to wire. I got to have it function, but I would.
Now, how do you know that New Heat offers an updated thermostat?
I don't. I've been told by folks that looked at it. They said, "Oh, this is an old one." They said, This
yeah,
one
man. I have that. I have what you're looking at, and mine seems. How many buttons on yours? Hard buttons.
How many what?
How many hard push buttons do you have on your New Heat thermostat?
4.
Yep.
There's a picture of the sun, a picture of the moon, and an up and down switch.
Okay, they're situated though like top is left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, right? Around, yeah. Okay. Did you ever? Did
you call New Heat to see if they have a new thermostat that has an on-off function?
First of all, I don't believe that you can't turn it on and off.
I don't either.
I don't believe it. I have one, and I had to look it up online. That's why I'm trying to find it for you. I had to look up the directions online. I downloaded the PDF, and I'm telling you, man, that you had to long press for lack of a better word, it's not on the top of the thermostat, but it's the top left button. You long press it, it'll turn the whole damn thing off or the whole damn thing on. I'm telling you, because mine does, and I couldn't get it down below 60 either. But it doesn't always heat. Your floor will go below 60, but still, I know why you want to turn it off. I totally agree with you.
By the way, they're not inexpensive to run.
Yeah, I don't run that much. I turn mine on and off. I have it set at 80, and then I turn it on and off. So it's preset to 80, and mine
was programmed to come on in the morning at a certain time so the significant other could enjoy the toasty floor, and then it kick off 2 hours later.
And man, they are so nice. That floor is so nice, but
yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. It's just I'm pushing it here. I can't get anything to show up other than 68 degrees.
All right, send a picture, and then I will send it out to my people to see who we can find to work on it, man. Let's do that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino. Now, Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver.
I mean, any electrician would hook up an on-off switch in an hour of traffic.
This report is sponsored by
I have that. And it's funny because I remember him thinking, how do you turn this damn thing on and off? And
And you know what? A lot of that stuff's not apparent, so you think, I'm looking it up right now.
There's got to be a way to shut it off.
I know there's home tech. Hold on. There it is.
User guide, maybe.
Oh no, that's my shit. That's my fireplace. Never mind. I know I have it here somewhere. I usually keep really good records of this shit. I'm a real fucking bugaboo when it comes to shit. Usually.
Need to hire? Need Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy
Damn it.
to
Why
attract
didn't I
and
keep
hire
that one?
candidates in one place.
Would that be
Find a
home
job
tech?
and immediately get a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job
I
description.
know it.
Indeed.com/credit.
Ideal Home Loans will get you the ideal home loan, hence the name, idealhomeloans.com. You want to be a cash buyer, get the pre-approval. Go through the entire process. And when you get access to that, you are a cash buyer because the money's set aside for you. Ideal Home Loans put you at par with cash buyers so you can go out and compete with them on the open market. You put in a bid for a house, there is no contingency for loan approval. You're already approved. That's idealhomeloans.com. They also have pick your own term loan, which is really astounding. You can pick whatever term you want. You don't have to go back to 15 or 30. And they have the interest rate guarantee. If rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. Colorado Pain Care, Sport and Spine. Man, they have helped me through some rough times. And they have all kinds of treatments, long range, short range, exploratory things to find the right nerve that would be pinched or some kind of impingement. They help you through all of it. If you're in pain and you just want to get out of pain, give them a call. 303-GOT-PAIN. They have office hours from 7 to 7 for your convenience and convenient locations. Look them up, 303-GOT-PAIN. And the website is coloradopaincare.com.
Peak Performance is the smartest solution in the universe for men dealing with erectile dysfunction, or ED. So, we hired an equally smart guy who knows a thing or two about the universe to explain our treatment, an astrophysicist.
Peak Performance.
Hi, I'm an astrophysicist. What makes Peak Performance the smartest ED solution is that it uses a revolutionary process called focused linear compression therapy. These short, comfortable treatments involve no pain, no surgery, no side effects, and are effective for over 80% of men.
Peak Performance.
Very smart. Call Peak Performance today at 1-800-210-8181 for a free blood flow evaluation. That's 1-800-210-8181. Call 1-800-210-8181 or visit peakperformanceformen.com. Peak Performance, men at his peak.
In my first visit to Aspenwood Dental and the Colorado Dental Implant Center, I learned something important about the way Doctors Yaros, Augustine, Zeppelin, and Son approach their patients with great individual attention.
If he just went to the top button, he would long press it. It flashes on. There's no on and off. It's like totally weird that it does that. But you just do it. You don't want. You press the button like that. You hold it. Boom. Done.
This is especially important
It comes to life.
Implants, and I learned a lot about that because my lovely
It goes to
wife
sleep.
needed one to replace a tooth that failed. Dr. Zeppelin sat with us and explained the whole process, how it works, how long it takes, how much it costs, and the result for Kristen is truly remarkable. The new tooth is indistinguishable from the original, except that the new tooth is stronger. For the highest quality of care from the nicest and most experienced team, the team that's been on 5280 Magazine's list of top dentists for 14 years in a row, please get started at AspenwoodDental.com. It's AspenwoodDental.com.
So if you do know, just out of curiosity, because one of the games goes up to 6 places instead of 5.
Oh, okay.
So, this is the word game. So theoretically, if you have 5 letters out of 26 alphabets, there are 63,000 combinations. If you have 6 letters out of 26, there are 230,000 companies. So not all of them are viable, obviously, because an XXXXX 5 times or Z byte is not viable. But theoretically, there are that many different combinations of 5 letters out of the alphabet. But it goes up to 230,000 when you add one more letter.
That I can believe.
Colorado shines.
Where Colorado shines. Now celebrating our 75th Diamond Jubilee.
Hey folks, if you have hard water buildup on your faucets and fixtures or rust stains clouding up your bathtub, you want a water treatment company you can trust. Call the professionals at Water Pros. These guys are veteran and family owned and are dedicated to providing affordable solutions to your water problem needs. You can get water softeners starting at $2,195 installed at waterpros.net. Visit waterpros.net and sign up for a free consultation today.
Need a new look? Call Accelerator 303-761-6400.
It's the Dan Caplis Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Will Monday be the day the U.S. Supreme Court formally strikes down the national disaster known as Roe v. Wade? Probably not.
He is so
And if it does,
black and white on that, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about it. Join the chair of the Colorado GOP Monday.
Hi, Tom Martino.
Your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. We still have plenty of time for calls, problems, complaints. Let's talk to Joe. Hey, Joe, what's going on, man?
Hey, Tom. I want to preface this by saying that I love my HOA. They're great people. They do great things. But in this upcoming HOA meeting, we're going to be voting on whether or not we should install these license plate photographing cameras on all the entrances to our subdivision.
And what's the purpose of that one?
That's my question. We've recently had quite a few instances of people driving through the neighborhood and rifling the mailboxes, taking stuff out of mailboxes, as well as the usual porch pirates and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So they're thinking, well, we need more security here, and I'm just looking for an opinion on the whole the company that installs them.
Well, I don't know anything about those companies. That's just the technology part of it. They're not going to offer enforcement, are they?
Well, that's the other issue. They record everything, they upload it to the cloud. I'm using air quotes, and then if there's any license plates that show up that are on a Amber Alert or a stolen car, then they send those to the police department. Otherwise, they just record all this information and it's available to whomever in the homeowners association decides that it's available.
What's bugging you about it, Joe? What's bugging you about it?
Right?
No, what is it? What is it that...
I got nothing to hide.
I understand. Does it bother you?
Yeah.
Why? I'm just curious.
Just the whole idea. It's kind of invasion of privacy, I feel. It's also something that we as homeowners would have to pay for. It's not a cheap service. It's and I just think it's unnecessary. I'm of the opinion any information gathered for one purpose will eventually be used for another purpose entirely.
But you personally, isn't it kind of like a security thing? You guys will have a record of everyone entering and leaving your parking lot, right?
Correct.
So what happens? How is that going to be used in a practical sense?
What if his girlfriend comes over and his wife finds out?
Well, so how would it be used in a practical sense? Has the company told you how it's going to be used in a practical way?
It sounds more like a scare tactic? You know, hey, we'll record all this information and then...
Yeah, but scaring, okay, so are they going to tell people that their plates are being recorded when they come in?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, that would be an interesting idea. Put a sign up. Hey,
Well, otherwise, how does it scare? How does it scare anybody?
Right.
I don't think they. It doesn't sound like they've thought it out. What does it cost for this service?
It's $1,500 per camera, and there's 3 cameras. That's annually, and then we have to pay upfront for a 2-year contract.
$4,500 a month or a year?
A year.
Okay, $4,500.
Not a tremendous amount, but it's more than what our HOA takes in. Our HOA dues are small and voluntary, so
does it look like the membership Does it look like the membership wants it?
Everybody at the top of the hierarchy wants it.
Is there a lot of thievery in there?
Mostly just the mailbox issues.
Like what? Like destruction? Vandalism?
No, going through and taking the mail out.
And stealing it?
Stealing the mail, yes.
Wouldn't it be cheaper to upgrade the mailboxes? Like, is it a congregate?
Right,
is it a congregate mailbox where you use a key or not?
No, it's end of the sidewalks on a post type mailbox.
I think it would be cheaper for them to put the so does each one have an individual
mailboxes?
What?
Locking mailboxes, yeah.
Exactly, if that's what they're going for. I mean, you know,
that's what I have.
It sounds like they're grasping at straws. That is a pretty expensive option. I'll tell you the main problem I have with it. There's no clear-cut, decisive action being taken. It's simply being recorded.
Just recorded.
Yeah.
And then we as a community would have to go through and say, oh, look, there's that plate.
And I'll bet you, if you look further into it, this is a data company, and they're going to be selling the data and the addresses and the mailing lists.
Maybe.
Yep, and that's how
they say they won't, right?
Well, I don't know. They say on that 72-page agreement that you guys have to sign. That's where it's going to say it.
Exactly.
You know, Joe, as I told the other woman who lives in an HOA-controlled community, the only way to get any kind of attention is to really have numbers. And not like hothead numbers, you know, I'm going to sue or I'm going to do this. Go out and talk to people with a clipboard and get their names and their numbers and take their temperature and say, look, I plan on opposing this. Are you going to support me? I mean, that's the only way to make headway with an HOA community is numbers. Everything else sucks. You know, most of these people, that's how they stay in power, with numbers or with apathy. They had the numbers in the beginning, and then it was so apathetic that no one bothered to vote them out.
And the other thing you do, have some little pads made up, or pieces of paper, giving you their proxy. So if they don't want to show up at the meeting and they're opposed to it, just has them sign a proxy so that when you go there, you have a significant number of votes.
Yeah, you could get a number of votes on that issue or on all issues. We got more coming up.
So if he goes somewhere with a clipboard and has pre-printed things, I can give blah, 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 and just have them sign it. He's there anyway.
You're right.
It would be a, slam dunk.
And he said their HOA is voluntary. That's the
I've
first time
never
I've
heard
heard
that.
that.
Most of them are.
Voluntary?
HOAs are, yeah, for sure.
Well, you
Mine
can opt
isn't.
out. No, you can't opt out of an HOA.
No. What they mean by voluntary, I think, is voluntary to serve on it.
Oh, of course.
Oh.
That's what I think they mean.
Yeah.
They don't have
Okay.
Absolutely.
There's not voluntary HOAs as far as joining.
But even if it's $4,500 a year, how much can that be?
Look, Colorado.
What is it? Maybe
He said they have a small number of units or hours or whatever.
He didn't say how many units there were.
He did not. He said it's just like a small number, so I don't know what that means.
Download the app today. Disclaimers may apply. TV.com details.
Well, for me, it's that kind of a year, that time of the year again, and that is, I'm going to call up ZeroResDenver.com to come and do the areas in my house I want done. See, I use this 3-room special to get the traffic areas done. So that's 3 rooms for $109. So that's room areas. If you want more done, you can do that too. When I have them do the whole house, I have them do the whole house. Then I use these room area specials to get just the traffic areas done. Because they really will keep your carpets looking like new. They don't beat the hell out of them, and they don't douse them with chemicals and soaps and emulsifiers that dry and leave a little crud on your carpet. This is the cleanest, most pure way to get your carpets clean, to keep them clean. Less water, no harsh chemicals, no shampoos, no soaps. They use energized, patented water that's safe and effective. So that's ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. You will love the way your carpets feel and the way they don't smell of anything. They're just pure. That's ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. I hope you never need a criminal defense attorney, but people, you know, there are times you might get a ticket, a serious infraction like a DUI, or you may get into an argument with a neighbor and they accuse you of something. Listen, whatever it is, just know this. It's a bad idea to shop for an attorney when you're under pressure. Joe Lazzara has been with me for 30 years or more, and you can trust him to do a great job for you. Joe Lazzara is a defense attorney. Free initial consultations always, and flat rate pricing. Give him a call if you're ever in trouble, please. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. Hey, someone else I want you to call for a market analysis of your home. You might be thinking, hey, should we fix it up, honey, or should we sell it? Hey, Frank can do a market analysis and let you know where you stand in the market. Given today's interest rates and today's market activity, Frank has his finger on the pulse of the real estate community. He's been doing it 27 years, and he offers his services for a market analysis free of charge. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
The D.C. liberals have created the worst inflation in 40 years and sent gas prices to record highs. Now Colorado families are paying more for everything. That's why Colorado needs Joe O'Day in the U.S. Senate. Joe O'Day. He's a conservative, an outsider, a successful businessman.
Do you know what a nasty presidential election is going to be? Especially if Trump runs again.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be...
He is a divider, man. I swear to God.
What?
He's a divider.
Oh, yeah.
And always put America first.
There's no question it's going to be... That may give the election to the Democrats, but it's going to be really...
No, I know it is. You know, a lot can happen in a couple years, but this guy still has rallies. He has never stopped running for office. No. Did you know that? Never stopped running for office.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include stomach area pain and swelling.
Okay, so I took 5 in the morning, the muscle action. Then when I got up, I was at 5. I did it at 9 or 10.
So every 6 hours.
I take it again.
Here's to the great American settler.
Yeah.
The millions of you who settle for unsatisfied
I sleep 9 to 3,
because they pay the bills. Of course, there is something.
You know, you don't take it when you sleep.
Got
So.
something to say.
cheating for an hour is bad.
With speaker from
You don't take it while you sleep. So cheating for an hour is
Actually,
bad.
I do take one before bed.
No, but I'm saying,
Oh,
you
I
sleep,
know.
you sleep
I
for
know.
6
Why
hours.
does it build? It doesn't build up, does it?
No, that's why you take it 4 times a day.
Today.
These don't seem they seem to work, but they don't have a loopy effect.
Well, it's good.
They seem to be having an effect. I can notice that my muscles kind
Yeah,
of.
if they relax a little bit, that's probably all you need. Because the pain is tightening up your muscles. If the pain goes away, you tend to relax a little bit.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
You relax the pain. God, man, guys, I honest to God, with a bad fucking mood. I never thought I was going to get in such misery from nothing. I mean, I almost could have understood it had I done something.
Sometimes just, if there's a crack in a
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, so we have time to take calls if you want to call, but I do want to say something. A lot of people look at unemployment at being so low and new jobs being created as a good thing for the economy. In reality, if you look at the healthiest economies in this country, this is a fact. I'm not giving you political bull, you know what. I'm not that person. Low unemployment has always, not once, not always led to a recession. Always. The most healthy unemployment, if you look at the statistics for a buzzing economy, is anywhere from 4.5 to 6.5%. The most healthy unemployment. In fact, 5 to 6.5%. Why? Because workers are still available. Companies are not competing for workers. And prices are not going up as a result of companies competing for workers. The mere fact that they're competing for workers and having to pay a lot more than usual, and the fact that there aren't enough workers for the new jobs, means a tightening of the supply plus more expensive overhead for employment, leading to inflation. Because prices will be passed, costs will be passed on to consumers. Then people slow down a tick. And when they slow down a tick, unemployment goes up a little more. Then people get panicked when they see employment slowing, prices high, and then all of a sudden values go down because less people start buying cars and houses and stuff like that, durables. It's a fact of life. It does happen.
Tom, isn't there something called a durable goods index?
There's all kinds of, there's all kinds. And then our indexes are off right now because people want. And the only reason, again, we're still on the buzzing part. We're not in the recession. I'm saying this is the procession, or this is the preseason of the recession.
No, I was just asking you if that's a factor in determining.
Yes, it is. Of course it is. Of course it is. And we're going to find out. It's coming. Jerome?
Yes, sir. Hi.
Hey, what's going on? If you tell me quickly, we can get to work on this and maybe have you back tomorrow if we need to. What's going on with your 18 Nissan?
Yeah, I got a 2018 Nissan Kicks. I surrendered it, voluntarily surrendered it, and they're trying to report it on Experian as repossession instead of voluntary surrender.
It's exactly the same for credit history.
Exactly. So we don't care about this, that it's the same on credit history. We just want them to state it the way I gave it to them. If it's a voluntary surrender, it's the same as repossession.
No, it's not. It's hold on. It is the same as repossession. I mean, you're right. And if you voluntarily gave it to them, you just saved them a few $100. But I didn't think he would listen. But what they're saying is it was going to be surrendered. It was going to be taken from you. You brought it in. That's nice of you. But it doesn't help your credit at all. It is still considered to be a repossession. Just like when you have a house foreclosed on and they file for foreclosure and you move out. You don't have to be moved out. If you move out voluntarily, you're going to have the same hit on your credit. That's just the way it's going to be. I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget, back here tomorrow at 10. And I want to tell you something. You can call 303-MARTINO 24/7 for help. Leave your name and number. Or, of course, you can always go to referralist.com for help, information, and referrals. So that's 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Save all your problems for me.